on your grace. I do more. I don't mean to say, I don't say, Lord, the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. I do. Hey, I do more. I do more. I don't mean to say, I'm gonna make it come home. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. I do. Association Bank, representing life right here in the 1-year celebration of Koko Digest. Watch front seat, events are folding, a big casa, a big in fact, we don't have crowd without it. Now, Sarah, the man.
Koko Digest Morning Show. Now, I'm sure you're guessing what is going on with this outdoor production that we're having, and I have my co-host with me, and she will be telling us what's going on today. And let's go over to Miriam Abnadidi.
All right. Obviously, I'm super excited to be a part of this, incredible journey. It has been an amazing journey. 1 year of incredible activities on Clock TV. I mean, our Koko Digest morning show. And as our viewers can see, we are currently at the forecourt of the Clocksack supermarket. We are bringing Koko Digest to our viewers across the ministerial enclave. Koko Digest our ministries has said. If you're watching us this morning, it is our 1 year anniversary. Woo! I think our Ghana people also need to rap. So no need. Okay. Okay, Koko Digest banye. Yeah, you can help us with the airway, right?
You are welcome once again. It is our 1 year anniversary, and if you're in the ministerial enclave, you can join us by this production. Just come and have fun celebrating 1 year of lessons, 1 year of good things here, 1 year of productions, and of course 1 year of fun. Now we're going to have our motivational quotes for today. It's the beginning of the month. It's also our anniversary day, so we have to bring a quote that obviously reflects what we're doing here.
Yeah,
so
let's catch you. But before the motivational quotes, I think our viewers need to know what to expect. For our 1 year anniversary, we have a lot bringing to their viewers, to their views this morning, and so you can walk us through what they should expect on the lifestyle segment's main discussion.
Well, that will come business. I was thinking after the motivational quote, so that they are prepared, inspired. Then we can tell them what's going on here.
Right,
so no worries, the online is coming. For now, let's prepare to be inspired shortly.
TV comes first and gives out the best. Every morning there's no other show like Koko Digest. TV comes first and gives out the best. Every morning there's no other show like Koko Digest. Everybody likes Koko.
Like I said, we're going to be bringing a motivational quote that reflects everything we've done here, everything we've been through here. And today's quote will be given to us by our special motivational speaker in the person of Mr. Peter Insia. Hi, Peter.
Hello, Ira. Yes, so today I'm super excited. Before I start with the motivational quote, I would like to start with Psalm 118, verse 24, which says that today, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And so today, our motivational quote is, a year from now, you will wish you had started today. Now that we've started, we are glad we did. This is by Karen Lamb. A year from now, you will wish you had started today. Now that we've started, we are glad we did, by Karen Lamb. And so today, the motivational quote is basically about, emphasizing the importance of taking actions now. And, preventing what we call procrastination. There is value in taking opportunities of what we have currently. And so imagine that Clock TV had not started Koko Digest a year today. Most of our viewers would have lacked the opportunity to, be educated, come along with us to, get to know some of the policies. Like our tagline says, beyond the policy, we get to people like NADMO, GMET, Ghana Ambulance Service to know what exactly they do. And so our services are quite different from the other media houses, And so the quote is rightly telling us that today, if you have an opportunity, grab it. There is no time to waste at all. Like the saying goes, opportunity comes but once.
Yeah.
Make hay whilst the sun shines. Yes. And so wherever you are listening to us, watching Koko Digest Morning Show, it's our 1 year anniversary. So whatever opportunity you come across, make sure you grab it. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with just a step. And so make a step today. Right. So yeah.
Yes, like he's saying, a journey of 1,000 miles to me it starts today. And I'd also like to just tell everyone that time will still move on. And if you have anything you want to do and you're afraid that maybe let's say it's a degree and you're about 36 years, you think by 4 years you'll be 40 years with a degree. Would you rather be 40 years without a degree? No. So it's best you start now. And a year from now, you will be glad that you started today. Now, Miriam Abdadi will take us through the outlines for today and the exciting moments that we are going to be sharing with you, the 1 year in retrospect. So Miriam, take us away.
Outline with our viewers and those passing by this morning, because just as we said, it's been a journey, a very long journey, and I know our viewers will be, anticipating to seeing the behind the scenes, the documentaries, our expectations, our experiences, every single thing, our challenges. I know they are, waiting to hear that, and that is what we are going to be doing on the lifestyle segment and also the main discussion. We'll also have our general manager passing through to telling us whether his expectations have been met or not. Yara, do you think GM's, expectations have been met?
I mean, I think it's just going to be a surprise. Whatever he has to say, he will tell us and we'll hear about it. So I'm hoping he has good things to say. And I think Pastor Bayo would also be passing through. Everybody that joined us here in the beginning will also be joining us, and we'll listen to them, we'll listen to their expectations, whether we've met them and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And I also like to acknowledge the Clocksack Band for doing this with us, the iconic Clocksack Band. Charlie, you guys are so good, and just as you can see, I'm standing right in front of their instruments. Nanaya was sorry passed by to also help them with the keyboard. We also have a PRO for Clocksack also in the building, and he's here to also experience our experiences, and we also have to acknowledge our proud sponsors, those that have been supporting us, our viewers, every single person. We are just here to say thank you. This is the Koko Digest at 1 anniversary, and we are bringing it to you live from the forecourt of Clocksack Supermarket. And so wherever you are in your offices, if you have your TV set, just tune into Clock TV. We are also streaming live on Facebook and also YouTube. And you can get interactive with us by sending in your comments via our streaming platforms. And also intermittently, our WhatsApp number will be displayed on the screen. You can also send your comments as well. We cannot also center all our conversations on Koko Digest without talking about something happening in Ghana. And that is what the newspaper and print review will be doing, right?
Yes. So right after this quick break, we'll be having our online print review with my co-host here, as always, on the morning show. And from there, we'll move into the exciting things we have planned for you. We'll be right back.
Good morning, one can stop the other. It's Koko, we have been down the road. But TV story, top of story. TV show, everybody likes Koko Digest, Koko Digest. Show you what the world. TV comes first, these are there's no other. Good morning, one can stop the other. It's Koko, we have been down the road. But TV story, top of story. Everybody likes Koko Digest, Koko Digest. Show you what the world. TV comes Everybody likes Koko Digest. Koko Digest. Show you TV monsters. These are the best. There's no other. Koko Digest. Koko Digest. Show you
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroad.
Clause says that a certain action should be taken, but government has to act on the basis of law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political office, step away from the services. This is Supreme Court talking. It's not Closer speaking or Vampado speaking. This is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court judgment on the landmark case of Clockside versus the Attorney General has set the stage for a profound transformation. Introducing Resetting the Civil Service. Tune in to be part of this change, because a better civil service means a better Ghana.
I find it refreshing always when I remind myself of the profound statement by the eminent civil servant, Bitan Anamkwa of blessed memory, to the effect that it is the perfection of the civil servant that will move this country forward, and not the politician.
Vital role in shaping economic growth, fostering social stability, and enhancing overall productivity. As the workforce undergoes continuous transformation, it is crucial to not only educate but also to actively engage all stakeholders in meaningful discussions on labor policies, workers' rights, and current labor trends. In responding to these pressing needs, Clock TV introduces Walatu Walasa, a dynamic and engaging program dedicated exclusively to exploring the multifold realms of labor issues. This innovative program aims to provide a robust platform for in-depth discussions surrounding employment relations, the rights of workers, the quest for industrial harmony, and evolving landscape of work. Walatu Walasa seeks to bring to bear the challenges of to public discourse. My name is Koko, the host of Walatu Walasa.
This is how we do M-I-M-I-Diva.
stops the yawning. It's Koko, me hungry now the road. But TV's calling, I'm tired of the story. To the show, everybody likes Koko Digest, Koko Digest. Show you watch forever, but TV comes first and leaves out the best. Every morning there's no other show like Koko Digest. Everybody likes Koko Digest. I show you watch forever, but TV comes first and leaves in the morning. One thing stops the yawning. It's Koko, me hungry down the throat. But TV's calling, top of the calling. To the show, everybody likes Koko Digest, Koko Digest. Show you watch forever, but TV comes first and gives out the best. Every morning there's no other show like Koko Digest. Everybody likes Koko. In the morning, one thing stops the yawning. It's Koko, me hungry down the throat. But TV's calling, top of the calling. Koko Digest. Show you watch forever, but TV comes first and gives out the best. Every morning there's no other show like Koko Digest. Everybody likes Koko. Koko Digest. Show you watch forever, but TV comes first and gives out the best. Every morning there's no other show like Koko Digest. Everybody likes Koko.
Doing the newspaper review here with me, and they're in the presence of Mr. Clement Yabankwe on my far right, Peter Nsia on my right, and we have Nanael Asare on my left. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Yaya.
Yes, I hope we are well.
Yaya, by grace, I'm doing wonderful.
So, it's the 1-year anniversary of the Koko Digest morning show. How are we feeling about it?
Yaya, I will let Nana start. You ready?
Good morning to our cherished viewers. Today we decided to bring what we actually prepared in the studio and cook for you. We decided to bring it out just in commemoration of our 1-year anniversary. And I must say, it's been quite a journey. It's been, you see us on the TVs with our smiles and all that. But what actually goes on behind the scenes? The team that actually push us behind the scenes, prepare us, make sure that we have the adequate information to come out and be the face of the information that you see. And that's who we want to actually celebrate and then also commemorate today. The likes of our general manager, Mr. Stefan Dosu, the likes of Mr. Edmond Akwe, the PR of Clocks, the likes of Dr. Isaac Bambwa, the Festival Executive Secretary. I mean, just quite a few. Mentioning the names, I'm not sure we'll be able to leave here. The crew that work behind the scenes, Jewel, Frimpon, the cable man, everyone, those who actually sacrifice so that we would be the face of what they see on TV. These are some of the reasons why we come out today to celebrate, because it's 1 year it hasn't been, I wouldn't say it's been quite an easy one, although with the efforts it's been good saying we've been going on and we've not been having hitches along the way, but nothing that we can manage with the leadership that we have as well. It's been quite a journey, I should say.
Oh, it's your turn. How are you feeling about this 1 year anniversary?
Yeah, I'm blessed, I must say. It has not been easy, but by the grace of the Lord, we've sailed through. Just early this morning, a colleague of mine just sent me a flyer and designed that second July 2024's own. I think I posted it.
It was so funny.
So I was like, oh, people are really following the show, and we have been educating the general public, especially bringing them current happening in the economy, letting them understand some of the happening on the main discussion online, and also what I must say, because for example, yesterday something mysterious happened, and you could see how Nanaya and Benedict were digesting the thing. It's all about Koko Digest. So I might say we've done a good job, and viewers we expect more. Though it's 1 year anniversary, we want to tell them that we are not here to rest. From tomorrow, we are kickstarting a new thing altogether, and they should always stick to Clock TV, especially the best morning show ever, that is Koko Digest. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Right, that was lovely. Now, Peter, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling super excited, and for me, Psalm 118, verse 24 says, "All for me." This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Amen.
You know, Koko Digest has come a long way. 1 year, it's not a joke at all. You know, the sacrifice, you know, the continuous practice and all that. It hasn't been an easy journey, and so we are encouraging, you know, viewers to stick and stay with us. The best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come. Thank you so much for your sentiments about the 1 year anniversary of the Koko Digest morning show. But right now it's time for our online and print review, as we always do. And so yes, what is trending? Yes, Koko Digest is 1 year old. That's the main trend for the Clock TV's trends.
Exactly.
But what else is trending in the streets of Accra and maybe Ghana as a whole?
Yeah, in the month of July, I perceive numerous things happening in the country. Yes, and I must say, July happens to be the 7th month, and yesterday I said it is a. Nana, we will come to that.
Because I don't that bias about July. No, June wasn't the month.
No, I'm saying that July is the 7th month, and it means the month of perfection, the month of rest, the month of completion.
What about June?
June is the 6th month.
What about August?
We will get there.
If so, then May. Because you can't tell me otherwise. We're July born.
Yeah, July born.
So Nana, we are not
I'm just asking, just confirm. Our viewers want to know which month you are.
You see, it's so amazing that Koko Digest was burnt out in the month of July. So July is a special month. Let's go there. A lot of things happening in the month of July.
Month, we will get him. We will definitely have him.
A lot of things happened in the month of July. Yesterday was the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving, and it was a wonderful day. It has never happened before, and we saw a lot of men of God over there. We saw the likes of Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. We saw the likes of Ajina Sari. We saw the likes of Dagwood Mills, and a lot of men of God. Yeah, I picked a few things, especially from what Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams said. He said the country, he perceived 4 main things that this country needs to pay attention to. That is, we need the love for God. That is one. Love for country. That is another thing that we can't do away with. And also we need to have love for the people. That is a third one. And the last thing he actually talked of is that we need a national development agenda, of which he cited China having over 100 years national development plan. He cited Singapore and other countries. So I believe that the National Day of Prayer wasn't only about Thanksgiving, but it is a call to national development, of which the president himself in his speech also makes some kind of profound statement. On that very podium, he talked about the fact that Ghanaians should hold the government accountable. They should hold them accountable, including all his appointees and all these kind of people. When you go to the Islamic community too, they did so wonderful at Kanda, and yeah, I might say it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Aside that, another trending thing that Ghanaians are so happy to know is that today is the official day for the launching of the 24-hour economy. Yes, the long anticipated, should I say, policy initiative by the NDC is finally going to launch today, and they did a press briefing. I had a little thing about it. I think moving forward, I'll share that one. And viewers should expect that we'll be bringing them all the details of the 24 hours economy. They need to understand what the policy is all about. It is not only about the 8 hour shift, but we have other things also in it as well.
Right.
So I'll leave the rest to Nana and Co.
Yeah, so what else is trending? Do you have anything from the world of sports?
Before I delve into sports, let's talk a little bit of finance.
Okay.
That particular foot. And yesterday, Parliament approved a facility that is going to be from the World Bank, that is $360 million United States dollars. And according to them, it's part of the development policy framework, which that's the DPF, which the government aims to run to help stabilize the economy post. What happened in 2020. So there are 3 key areas of focus in this particular debt that they want to. And I'm talking about the structure of the debt and the repayment structure. Before that, they want the 3 key areas, or the sector focus of this particular facility was that the first was to restore fiscal sustainability. So they want to ensure that the gains that this particular facility is going to help is going to consolidate the gains made under the previously IMF support programs. And then the second one was to strengthen financial sector stability and energy sector reform. So as we all know, it aims to enhance operational and financial viability of the energy sector as well, so that we can just say that Doomso has been put to bed, and also improve the risk-based supervision of financial institutions. That's what they want to do. And then third, they want to enhance social, climate, and economic resilience. Ghana is sort of going towards the green transition, and we even have a Ministry of Energy now including green transition in its operational activities. So that's also another area that they're going to talk about. Now let's talk about the terms of this particular facility. It's a facility that will be given to us on a 1.25 service charge. That's the service charge servicing the loan. 360 million is what's going to be given to us. And then the service charge is going to be 1.25% of that particular facility. And then we are being given a 5-year grace period to sort of know how we can ensure that there's fiscal consolidation with this particular framework and all that. And then the repayment period is over 30 years. But then the IMF and the World Bank is saying that they are going to give us this particular loan for a 30-year period. We are supposed to pay over 30 years. And then the interest rate is 0%. That means they are telling us that we know that we are going through economic crisis and trying to recover. So what we are going to do, enhance this by giving you a 0% interest rate, pay over 30 years. We are giving you 5-year grace period, and then the service charge is just 2.5%. This is a very good facility. But then once again, other people are saying that Ghana is on the market again to borrow. So where are we going to borrow? We've seen governments come, governments go, and the main fiscal plan or consolidation activity is to borrow funds to make sure that they help safeguard the economy. And once we borrow. We are in debt, and we keep drowning in debt. And then our debt financing strategies are also not the best. But it looks like, looking at the macroeconomic stability that this country has enjoyed under this particular government, it seems that this is, let's say, one that we have to monitor closely first before we can actually say it's a good step. But then it looks like it's a step in the right direction.
Right.
Before Peter comes in, on the floor of Parliament yesterday, since Nana brought it up, yesterday the Minister of Health addressed Parliament on the issue of COVID-19 outbreak on the campus of Legon. Yeah. And just as the statistic he brought out, he said number of suspected cases so far is 360. COVID cases suspected, 360. Confirmed cases is 107. And he says that the Minister of Health, they've put in a lot of proactive measures so that in case this thing should break out, they are going to sustain it. And one of the measures they've put in up is to support Legon Hospital with all the things they need, and the student clinic also as well. And they said they are also preparing the disease infections center to handle if this issue should break up. So what they are actually telling us is that Ghanaians should actually calm down, but we should keep on adhering to the safety protocols of COVID-19, that is social distancing, and also put on nose masks. Yeah, before he comes in once again, we see government suspended the implementation of D-levy, what we call the energy sector levy. Now GRA yesterday released a statement that they're going to be the implementation, that's the collection of this D-levy, 1 Ghana city, starting from 16th of July.
The full
fuel levy. So So it's going to start its implementation on the 16th of July, of which we'll be bringing viewers details of all these stories popping up, because people are asking that still the Iran and the Israel war has not ended, so why they still bringing in the D-levy issue. So we are moving forward, as I said. Business segment to bring all these things down, so viewers should expect more.
But just before you go on the business segment, I want to just bring this back. The reason why people are actually agitating was because on 13th June, earlier this last month, the month where you don't like June, that is the GIA came up with a communique that they suspended. You know, the act was passed earlier on, but then they suspended the implementation of the D levy, as you're saying. And the reasons why they said they've suspended it was because they want to monitor macroeconomic indicators in when it comes to pricing. Once Iran is down, Iran are one of the best fuel or liquid fuel producers in the world, and they play a very particular important role in that regard. And they also have a very big seat when it comes to OPEC, that's oil producing countries in the world. But one thing that we've not come to terms with is the fact that Iran is still not safe when it comes to fiscal safety because of their war, if I can put it that way, with Israel. And if that is not certain, then is Parliament actually right now to say that they are implementing this D-levy now? When indicators are not certain.
This is not Parliament decision. This is GRA decision, in consultation with the Minister of Finance and Minister of Energy. So I think, as I said, we would
previously, before then.
Yes, as at then, there was no issue of Israel-Iran war. As at then, there was no issue. It was after that passage, that is when we realized the issue of Israel-Iran war. So immediately, speaking with the spokesperson for Minister of Energy the last time on the show, he said the reason they suspended the implementation was because of this sudden happening in Iran, because Iran contributes about 20% of the world fuel market. And also we have the passage or the transit of fuel that passes through Iran to other world markets, and we had the Parliament of Iran bringing up issue that they are going to close that passage as well. So looking at all these, I believe they've been able to study it very well, of which I said, for now, we can't say that whether it is safe or not, but we just want viewers to know that DRS says that they are going to implement this thing on 16th of June, but we will engage stakeholders, we will engage COMEC, we will engage COPEC, we will engage Minister of Energy, Minister of Finance to find out that if all these factors have been looked at.
But Peter, before just to, engage.
We don't have to about too much on this because we have other. Yeah. So let's keep it brief. Then we can go to the other stories
as well.
Peter,
looking at what's going on around at the moment, would you say that the reason why they actually suspended it from actually being implemented, the letter that came in 13 June, are there reasons enough to say that we have the clear road or clarity to actually implement this?
For me, I have a different perception about this whole thing. For me, I would say that is from my point of view. I would say that this whole suspension of the implementation of the D-levy and the inclusion of the Iran-Israel war is as a result. So I'm taking it from this angle that because of the rate at which the dollar was depreciating, it's, you know, when it comes to accounts, you get to know that if that continues and then the city gets, let's say, 5 cedi and all that, it will go a long way to affect, the economy. And so at that time, the finance ministry needed some money to run the affairs of the country. But now that the dollar against the cedi is now stabilized around 10 cedi, it is now 10 cedis, 20 pesos per $1. So that, I think, in my opinion, that is the main reason why the implementation and whatever thing has been ceased. So I was thinking, in my view, that they needed money to support the, the finance ministry and at large to support the economy of Ghana. But right now that they've seen that the dollar is no more depreciation and it has been stabilized at a point, there is no need, coming back to, implement, because the main purpose was to, get some fund to run the affairs of the country.
Right. And I even want to ask about the Israel-Iran war. Has there been a ceasefire that would influence the fact that they are now going to implement this? Because we were told that one of the reasons it was suspended was because of the volatility of the issues regarding Iran at the moment. So what is happening?
Okay, so Yaira, as I said earlier, there's a communique from GRE, a statement of which we are not privy to the details. So we just want viewers to keep on watching Koko Digest because we will. I'm coming.
The full details.
They should keep on watching Koko Digest because we would engage key stakeholders. This is a statement. You can't speak to it without finding the behind what is happening.
Yeah.
So you should be able to bring all stakeholders on board. It just trending. That is why he said that let viewers relax for us. Our next edition on the business update segment or the Koko Digest lifestyle, the online review, we will engage stakeholders for viewers to understand the reason why the ministry wants to implement, the reason why GRA wants to implement. So I think we can carry on with other stories. So
right. But before we carry on,
that one.
The statements, does it give any specific reasons that could probably answer such questions?
So the statement does not give reasons.
But does it have anything that will answer the question?
It actually allays the fears that the statement comes out and says that we pursuant to our earlier letter dated 13 June 2025, we suspended the implementation of the D-levy. But now we have monitored macroeconomic conditions and then we think it's the right time for it to be implemented. So starting July 16, 2025, we are going to implement this particular D-levy. That is the summary of the statement. That's what it says. And saying that they've monitored macroeconomic conditions and then they are saying that it's the right time to implement. That is where some of us may have an issue because when you look at macroeconomic conditions,
I think should I come in?
Yeah.
The reason why I don't want us to I'm coming. The reason why I don't want us to delve more into it is because they might have their own way of monitoring the macroeconomic stability they are talking about.
Yeah.
So it's best we get their point of view. Then after their point of view, we could
from a layman's view, if you are monitoring macroeconomic conditions in relation to oil, and then one of the how do you call it? One of the biggest
producers of oil.
That is 20% when it comes to global oil markets, and when it comes to Africa, supplies to Africa, more than 13% of that particular oil is coming from the Iranian region, either coming from there directly or being transported from that particular region. So if you are saying that you are monitoring global market conditions and all that, and then there is unrest when it comes to this particular issue, then I don't think you have monitored it enough to say that we are good to go.
So that was the proxy parties or maybe the bigger powers that are supporting these areas are also calling for a de-escalation. Maybe there are processes underway to seek for the de-escalation and then, so maybe that's what they are looking at. Yes.
So if there are processes to see to the de-escalation, then you wait till you see its results. How many times have we been told that we have to implement the E-levy because of the Russia-Ukrainian war? And then the Russia-Ukrainian war, fuel and transactions were even cheaper in those particular regions than it was in this region. So they are actually cheaper. And then now we are now coming to say that we are monitoring.
So just one thing. I think so that we can just kill the story and move to the next one. Currently, the crude oil price is crude oil is 67.97 United States dollars per barrel.
Yes.
When this Israel war started, it shot up to somewhere 74.
Yes.
So if you realize that if it has dropped to somewhere 67, someone could tell you that it is performing better. That is why I still want to stand on the point that
if someone should tell me this, then I'll be really worried because that it wasn't lingering around that particular amount
initially.
So I'll be worried because it has now become so volatile that I have to pay attention and ensure that it is stable before I make a decision on it. If it is 74 and now it's 64, if it was
67, now it's 67.
If it was 74 and it's now 67, then I'll actually sit down, then pay attention because prior to this whole thing, it was in around the 50s. So you cannot
so I think
that we have a stable economy and then
if I leave both you will continue arguing about this. So let's go into other stories. But before that, we have a few comments here congratulating us. And our very own Stephen Kwashi says, congratulations, Koko Digest, you are hitting global. And we would like to say thank you so much and special shout outs to you, Mr. Stephen Kwashi. We are most appreciative of your time and energy invested in our show. We love you so, so much. God bless you abundantly. Now, Art GH also says, congratulations, Koko Digest Morning Show. Thank you so, so much for your comments. And I'd like to remind you to send in your comments to our WhatsApp number displayed on your screen or onto our YouTube and Facebook live stream, and I will read them here. If you have any birthday shout outs to or any congratulatory messages for us to, please do well to send them. Now let's continue. Yes, Peter, these 2 men didn't allow you to tell us what is trending, but now your time to shine is here.
Yeah, so today I'm wearing the big shoes.
I have some corruption index that has actually come out. So Peter, you don't close the online yet.
Yeah, so today I'm wearing the big shoes of Mimi Gatusu. Today I'm going to take you through the world of entertainment. Yeah, so still on the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. A lot of people were there, which took place yesterday. Like Clement said, a lot of people came, men of God and other people to support the prayer. And then our very own evangelist, Patricia Siedu, popularly known as Nana Agrada, was there. And also she made, some profound statement that is making her trend.
I want to know.
So she had the opportunity to hug the president of the land, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, after the show. And then she said that, she said she's fulfilled, even if she doesn't make it to heaven. She's satisfied once she's gotten the opportunity to, hug the president of the land. And then, I draw so many lessons from this. It's not just about, talking about it and making the fun aspect of it. It all boils down to the fact that the president is calling for unity in this country. And if we have figures like this, we know that she's well known, a popular figure in the country. She has the numbers. She's known for controversy, and she coming out to thanking the president and saying that it's a very good initiative and it's going to take a long way to help the country. I think it is a step in the right direction, and other in quotes influencers that we know should carry on with this one. And then away from that, I had another one before Nana comes in. Do we all know the person behind the song "You Are My African Queen"? I wish I can sing it.
Yeah,
You Are My African Queen. Yes. Oh, I sing very well. Do you want me to try?
Oh, sorry, I want to hear you.
No, it's kind of exactly.
Right.
So Tu Baba is also trending. His real name is Innocent Idibia. Yeah. So he also made a statement that men are not made to be sexually faithful to a single woman. And with that, I would like to take your opinions.
No, we are not taking
that's his point of view, and respect that.
That is his point of view, but then when we narrow it down to, in terms of maybe finance, and then from the biblical point of view, people get into extramarital affairs when they have a lot to share. But then if you don't have what it takes to go out there,
you can't feed yourself. You want to feed 2 women.
Sometimes even the people that are not so much endowed financially are the ones who also do these particular things, and then cause these issues. But now I'm sure sometimes we make certain mistakes, and then we tend to say certain things to sort of gratify our mistakes or satisfy some of our needs. We all know there's a backstory to
we've heard about his divorce
and all that. Idibia, who he met when she was just 16 years of age, and they've had a long-standing relationship and all that. And it's been alleged that she was cheated on severally by Annie.
He had kids before marrying Annie.
Exactly. So when someone like this is opening his mouth and saying that maybe we respect his decision, now I'll just keep it as that.
But then there's something
I think as impressionable viewers we should take everything or anything that our influencers or these celebrities or people we look up to say? Because as much as they are well respected or revered and whatnot, we should also have, the pastor's spirit of discernment. It's not just everything that someone says that you take. You have to listen to it, analyze it, and then, decide whether you're going to, what's the word? Apply this into your life. Because if a man is saying this, look at your financial situation and look at this man's financial situation. You can barely even go by without, borrowing money. And then you are going to
shaking some tables.
You are going to apply this man who has this much money, his principles to your life. And you yourself, what is best for you? That's what you should think about. Because certain people make these statements and it is just to justify their own bad behavior. That's where I'll put it.
But then he made mention of something that I think is very imperative that we discuss about.
Yeah.
So he said that it's high time women, it's high time that we get to understand that men are biologically cannot stick to one woman, and so it's high time we are starting to have currently we've been hearing of young people dying out of broken heart and all of that. So if there is the need, he coming out to say that I think there is a need to sit down, talk about this. Is a topical issue.
This is a very good topic.
Yeah, so talk about it.
We'll not use Koko Digest.
No, not for such. We have a few comments, so let me get to that quickly. So Akman TV says, good morning, Koko Digest morning show. And Sewa from Machimota says, congratulations, Koko Digest. You guys look great. Then we have, so this is from Dennis Kojo Ajima. He says, congratulations to Koko Digest morning show on your 1-year journey. And my greetings to Clement Yabankwe and the team. I can't wait to be on the show one day. Congratulations to you all. We have followed you keenly together in this 1-year journey, and there has been a massive improvement on the feedback we gave the team. Go higher, go for growth. Thank you so much. And that being said, the name Kojo reminds me of our very own Obiba Kojo. We cannot celebrate the show without celebrating Obiba Kojo and telling him how much we appreciate him and his energy, watching the show, sending in his comments, and having girlfriends. Yes, his girlfriend is sitting here. She'll be joining us shortly in the lifestyle segment.
Girlfriend, is it on the light?
You have to ask them. When we hear the wedding bell, we'll represent.
We shake here because Clement is also interested in it. Anyway,
online story.
You can keep it brief because we need to get into the online stories quickly.
Very brief. There's this survey by Global Info Analytics. They go on to find out corruption, nepotism, and they rank. They ask people, a large sample size, and ask people in society which institution is deemed the most corrupt, and they actually brought out their findings from their survey. And then the Ghana Police Service ranked number 1, the Immigration Service ranked number 2. Surprisingly, the service is supposed to make sure that justice is served in this particular country, ranked number 3 in them. And last year, in April 2025, they actually ran this particular survey again, and then at the time, the Electoral Commission was 7th on the list. But this time around, Electoral Commission has jumped to 4th in that particular list. So there's a lot of defects on that. And Global Info Analytics are one of the widely revered data statistics company. For lack of time, let me just leave it here.
Right.
And only 13% of respondents.
I think tomorrow we'll delve deeper into it because I'm sure Miriam will have a lot to say about the Ghana Police Service tomorrow on the Koko Digest morning show. Yes, we have another comment that says, good morning, Koko Digest. So let's go quickly into the online news. And it says, the very first story here says, Mahama urges unity and warns against division at the National Day of Prayer. So Clement touched on that briefly. So let me read this quickly. Now, former president, no, that's not former president. Sorry. President John Dramani Mahama has called on all Ghanaians to uphold unity and foster the spirit of togetherness as the nation strives for healing and progress. Now, speaking at the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving on July 1, that was yesterday, he emphasized the importance of mutual respect and compassion among citizens, warning that the country must remain vigilant against divisive forces. He cautioned specifically against the dangers of tribalism, religious extremism, and political polarization, which he described as threats to national unity. Mahama urged Ghanaians to reject these negative influences and instead build bridges of peace and solidarity, reminding the nation that they are one people sharing one land with a common identity and destiny. That was quite beautiful. So it seems tribalism may be, yes, tribalism, religious extremism, and political polarization are some of the things we spoke about, as you were also talking about the National Day of Prayer. But since we've spoken about it, let's move to the next story. And it's saying that Moving Health has donated tricycle ambulances to boost rural healthcare access in Ghana. Now, Moving Health has officially launched and donated 10 custom-built GPS-enabled tricycle ambulances to improve access to emergency healthcare in rural Ghana. Now, these ambulances produced locally were handed over to communities in the Sisala West and Kasina Nankana West districts on June 16 and 23 respectively. This initiative follows extensive community consultations to address transportation challenges faced in accessing medical care. It is a part of the Country Innovation Platform CIP pilot program supported by Grand Challenges Canada and USAID, the Ghana Health Services, and the AMP Health, aimed at testing scalable solutions to enhance maternal, newborn, and child health outcomes nationwide.
Yes.
So yes, tricycles have been donated to certain areas, rural areas in the country, because from what I read, it was about the fact that the ambulances, the National Ambulance Service is not exactly able to ply those roads sometimes to get access to these people. So sometimes when they are being carried from wherever they are or being transported, they use motorcycles and bikes, which is not very conducive, especially for a woman in labor. So I think the interim solution or the interim, I don't know, curative measure at the moment is the tricycle ambulances. And I want to ask, I don't know, this is up for debate though, knowing the way Ghanaians behave or knowing the way some of our leaders tend to be, after these tricycles, what's next? Are they going to fix the roads and then, you know, support the National Ambulance Services there and even improve healthcare there?
I think yeah, so for me, before I come to your question, this is a very great initiative that government should look and, you know, invest into it. And so talking about roads and all that, it's a problem they identified and then found solution to. Yeah, so I think as time goes on, they work hard to actually, you know, get money to fix the roads. And then I also see this one in line with the 600 chip compounds targeted by the government to be completed this year, 2025. You know, they said that in every district across the country, they are tasked to build 2 chip compounds. And so if government, like I said earlier, tend to invest into such, you know, a company to be able to, you know, produce more tricycles and distribute it across the countries, with every district having 2 chip compounds, it is going to help to improve our health sector.
But there are parts of Ghana that have access to the fully equipped ambulances, and then there are parts that are getting tricycles, and that's why I was asking that. I hope that they are not going to leave it there, but rather improve upon whatever they've started.
So there are basically, let's look at what it's all about, this program. This is just a pilot section. It is not the full.
We've been in this country where sometimes they bring this something small to fix the issue, and we don't hear anything again.
Like as I said, it's just a test, a pilot section to see if really is going to solve the problem they want to solve. Because you know, the previous government procured close to 275 ambulances, where each constituency is getting 1.
Yeah.
Let's assume a constituency with over 200 communities is having only 1 ambulance. How would the ambulance serve the entire community? That's why this initiative by the Country Innovative Program, it is an initiative funded by the government of Canada, not even from the funds of government, funded by the government of Canada and USAID and all other agencies who have come together to bet
much initiative because they realize that our health sector lacks that's the mobility of people from one place to the main health center due to all this health issues. So I see it as a great initiative. The only thing is that these tricycles, you said, when the road is very bad, riding this tricycle becomes very dangerous as well. But
let me give a little backstory on moving health.
I think before you get it, let's say a little thing. With a tricycle itself, ambulance tricycle, we have what we call they've installed a GPS system on this tricycle because they want the ministry and also this agency to be able to track the performance of these ambulances. And I think it's a very good initiative. They want them to monitor to realize that, oh, is this ambulance tricycle serving its right purpose, or it's not serving its right purpose? If it does, then what should you do after the 12-month pilot process? So I think that all those who are in charge, of which the Upper West region is enjoying now and the Upper East is enjoying now, let's make sure that it is well equipped. Let's make sure that our maintenance culture as a country, let's make sure that this time around we handle it with so much care. At least if this tricycle is serving a particular community, it solves a solution. So we can take it from there.
Story on moving health, right? Moving health is actually their main aim is the pregnant women. So they actually started this particular initiative in Tanzania. It was a medical lab test program that they did, and their first case was a village in somewhere Tanzania where there were fatalities when it came to birth, childbirth, because the women weren't transported well to the medical facilities. The child mortality rates over there were high. The pregnant women were not able to sort of take care of themselves into the hospital in and out. So Moving Health then came in and said, this is what we are going to be centered around. As we said, Moving Health went to Tanzania, and then in their first month of processing, that's in 2017. In 2016, the test was done. In 2017, in their first month, they were able to rescue 17 women from giving birth maybe along the roadside and transported them safely to where they were supposed to have gone to. So this is that particular initiative, or the sort of mindset behind Moving Health. And now they've gone across Eastern Africa, and then they said they are bringing the operations to Ghana. So this particular one is something good that we can all take a further out of, and then say that the Western world, for so much that they enjoy from us in Africa, they are also trying to sort of invest back into Africa. So this is something good. And
maybe I'll sound a bit greedy, but I'm not exactly happy with this investment. But let's move to the next story, and then we wrap up quickly for the next segment. This one says, NIA promises to settle staff arrears by end of August 2025. And it says here the National Identification Authority, has assured its staff that all outstanding operational support allowance arrears from January to June 2025 will be paid fully by the end of August. Now, this follows the end of an indefinite strike by staff after or over delayed payments. Now, according to the NIA, payments will begin in July and be completed in August, ensuring that all dues are cleared within the promised timeline. Isn't this similar to the Nurses and Midwives Association issue?
Yes, but the nurses one had a little bit of a backstory because
in terms of the fact that they were told that their allowances were not exactly factored into the budget. Yes. So does that mean that the allowances for the NIA staff were factored into the budget?
When you look at the number of NIA staff, it's easy to maybe include that in maybe say government miscellaneous expenditure. But when you look at the number of health service workers, when you implement that particular one, we are going to sort of maybe take the whole budget into a big deficit, even exceed the deficit gap that you actually experience. Now, what I'm gathering from this is always when the salary delays, and they are paid. I'm sure our general manager from Control will actually come and give a little light on it. But when their salary delays and then they are now paid. Now the idea is, what about it coming earlier? And if I had put it in an investment security and the sort of returns I would have gained on it. So why is it that these payments, when they are backdated and they are now paid, why are they not surcharged? That is an issue that we mostly talk about when it comes to government and delayed payments and all that. So this is what I would have expected to hear in this, that maybe daily 3% surcharges on it, just as they're supposed to do on pension contributions. It's actually that, or maybe 10% monthly surcharge is placed on this, so that we'll be able to know that at least they are not just thinking about the deferred payment, but they are thinking about welfare when it comes to staff and continuity maybe in life. Because you defer payment, you're going to take a loan. The interest rate on that particular loan, if you pay me back and I'm going to pay, I'll still be owing. So where am I going to? It's something that we have to think about.
I think we will digest some of the topics we couldn't digest today, tomorrow when we come for the morning show. Then we can go deeper and then we'll have Clement and Nanaya doing their usual back and forth. But for now, the online print review segment has ended. Next is a lifestyle segment with Miriam Abnadidi and her guests, and that's where the fun begins. And there's a surprise for us there. We'll be finding out a lot of things. I'm also excited myself. So right after this break, Miriam Abnadidi and her guests will be here to join us.
It's Koko, we have been down the road. But baby, sorry, talk about sorry. To the show, everybody likes Koko, Koko, show you what you want. Baby, comes first, gives out the best. There's no one can stop the other. It's Koko, we have been down the road. But baby, sorry, talk about sorry. Everybody likes Koko, Koko, show you what you want. Baby comes first, gives out the best. There's no one can stop the other. It's Koko, we have been down the road. But baby, sorry, talk about sorry. To the show, everybody likes Koko, Koko, show you what you want. Baby comes first, gives out the best. There's no
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroad. Crosad says that a certain action should be taken, but government has to act on the basis of law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political office, step
away from the services. This is Supreme Court talking. It's not Crossack speaking or Isaac Wampado speaking. This is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court judgment on the landmark case of Clockside versus the Attorney General has set the stage for a profound transformation. Introducing Resetting the Civil Service. Tune in to be part of this change, because a better civil service means a better Ghana.
I find it refreshing always when I remind myself of the profound statement by the eminent civil servant, the Anankwa of blessed memory, to the effect that it is the perfection of the civil servant that will move this country forward, and not the politician.
They say is the backbone for national development, playing a vital role in shaping economic growth, fostering social stability, and enhancing overall productivity. As the workforce undergoes continuous transformation, it is crucial to not only educate but also to actively engage all stakeholders in meaningful discussions on labor policies, workers' rights, and current labor trends. In responding to these pressing needs, Clock TV introduces Walatu Walasa, a dynamic and engaging program dedicated exclusively to exploring the multifold realms of labor issues. This innovative program aims to provide a robust platform for in-depth discussions surrounding employment relations, the rights of workers, the quest for industrial harmony, and evolving landscape of work. Walatu Walasa seeks to bring to bear the challenges and opportunities facing the labor force today, making a significant contribution to public discourse.
My name is Edmond Akwe, your host for Walatu Walasa.
This is how we do. M.I.
That's quick. That's crazy. That was quick. He's gonna be able to go level. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
From the loudest roar of celebrations to the deafening silence of defeat, we live it here on Clock Sports. Feel every punch, every tackle, and relive all the beautiful sporting moments with us.
Mohamed Salisu pounces for Ghana.
Join us on Mondays and Fridays 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and our midweek special on Wednesdays 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m.
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroad.
Closak says that a certain action should be taken, but government has to act on it.
Koko digest. Show you watch forever. But TV comes first and gives out the best. Every morning there's no other show like Koko digest. Everybody like Koko. Koko digest. Show you watch forever. But TV comes first and gives out the best. There's no other show like Koko digest. Everybody like Koko.
Mama sem nyawa sem na fa wa koma mam dai fa wa koma mambo fa wa koma mama fa wa koma mambo Zenyi Jerry Kada Odonti Munsuroshe Wata Obum Kwami Ubeu Intimera Besi Abotare Wai Mama Samya Wasem Na Fawako Mama Madai Fawako Mama Fawako Mama Fawako Mama Oh Intiai Oh Diane Intia What the enemy Intia Menso me the enemy Oh the enemy Intia Proprone Woman in KBI.
faces behind the best segment on the Koko Digest Morning Show, and that is the business segment. Now, shout outs to Clement Yabampe and Peter Insia. So the journey hasn't been easy. It has been a roller coaster. Exactly, my experience has been a bittersweet experience, but I'll say one thing that keeps us going is that we want the best for our host, which is Clement and Peter. And one thing I would want to add up to is that we can't give up. It's too early to give up. We've been striving and striving.
It's not part of our dictionary.
Not at all. I wish all of them the best, and then we know that we are doing good, and then everything will come out of us. So one word that best describes our host, Peter and Clement. I'll start first with Clement. Clement is a go-getter. I mean, we've started from afar, and then as at now, I know what he can do, and then he knows how to do it best. Well, on Peter is very knowledgeable, and then he knows how to learn faster before seeing what he does also, and then we appreciate all of them so much.
Koko Digest, show you watch forever. But TV comes first and gives out the best. Morning there's no other. Show like Koko Digest.
Oh yes, I would say I'm proud of myself because I came here as a marketer, and then all of a sudden I was being put into the position of being a producer, and then I've really learned a lot how to communicate to the guests, how to work in a corporate environment, especially with other crew members and then other departments. I've really learned a lot, so I would say yes, I am proud of myself as a producer.
Okay, so just like Ifua said, yes, I'm also proud because we are new to the thing. We all were new to it. Our background, we have nothing related to media, but here we are 1 year down the line. Someone would have stopped midway, but we are still here, so we are proud.
Interesting content, that's what I'll say they should expect from us. And also top-notch discussions to attract viewers onto our show. I'll just say my inspiration has been God since day one as a producer of Koko Digest.
Yeah, just like Ifua said, God, and also general manager used to say something that when you are put into a position or something, you must actually learn to do it well and not quit. So, yeah, our general manager has also been an inspiration and also motivating us.
Technical team, they're always on point despite the challenges they encounter, especially when it comes to production. I'd say I'll give them a kudos on that. They really do so well in everything. And also my producers, my segments producers, I would say we all do well. It's not easy to get a content. It's not easy to get a guest. So, I'll say kudos to everyone. First of all, give our thanks to the Almighty God for always keeping us going in diverse ways. And also, we'll give thanks to the Executive Secretary, Mr. Isaac Bampo Ado, and to management, Madam Lucy, the PRO, and then also our General Manager, Mr. Sefas Dosu. We say thank you very much for encouraging us and for keeping us going in this production. Aiko, and God bless you.
I am Joseph Ineku, and I coordinate everything concerning Koko Digest Morning Show. The learning curve has been stiff. It's a learning curve for me. From the inception of the morning show, putting things in place, from simulations to getting personalities, host preparation, costume-wise, setup, technical, graphics, news, everything. It has all been a learning thing. The growth has been good. The enthusiasm, commitment, passion, and the zeal of making sure everything is on point before the start of the morning show. I can't do without them. I can't do without them. There are lots, but you could be like about to start the morning show and something urgent or some emergency pops up, or something not unseen thing comes up. How they remediate and come up with a solution is something I still applaud them for. Yeah, I would say with 1 year, we've learned a lot, reviewed, and I would say moving forward from 2nd July to coming years, viewers should expect a lot concerning shows, programs, guests, discussion on topics that will be treated. People should be expecting a lot from Clock TV, and especially Koko Digest Morning Show. I'd like to appreciate viewers, thank them for all their support, their loyalty to the brand, Clock TV, and also Koko Digest Morning Show. We can't do without them. And also to management, hosts, producers, each and everyone on the team. I would say God bless them for their good works, their compassion, for everything, their zeal for the work they do. I'd like to say thank you very much. And also, I'll say as we are attaining our 1 year.
You're welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show, making waves on your screens of Clock TV. It is not just an ordinary show. Today is our 1 year anniversary, and the excitement in here or out here is super high. We are coming to you live from the forecourt of the Closac supermarket inside the ministerial enclave, and also we are reminding you of our anniversary. And so yes, keep your comments coming into our WhatsApp number, which has been displayed on your screen, and also via our streaming platforms Facebook and also YouTube. I am Miriam Abena Adede, and it is time for our live segments. Now, I am sandwiched by four amazing, tough men. And fortunately, the two on my right are my bosses. And so I'm looking forward to having some, salary increments. Yeah. And then the two on my left are my colleagues, and they are going to help me in, the interaction we are going to be having right now. So I have with me Nanaya Wasari and also Benedict Nketia Kwatin before we move to our bosses. Hi, guys.
Hello, Mimi.
Oh, hi, guys.
Hello.
Nana, why? You've not had your breakfast yet. You've eaten it?
I've eaten.
What did you eat? What did you eat? Don't mention anything aside Koko, because it is Koko Digest. Nana, how has it been? How has the feeling been? Like, it is 1 year. How has it been for you?
Well, let me first of all start by shaking some tables.
Eish. Nana, please don't go into details. We'll be doing that on the main segment. I just want
let me give you a simple answer. Oh, it's been good. Let me give you a political answer. It's been very, very good. It's been hit free. It's been smooth sailing. It's been everything that
your
you
boss
never
is
think.
Here.
Yes.
Your boss is here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving you a very political answer, a very diplomatic answer. It's been very smooth, sweet, no friction, just easy going, and it's all about fun. And then also it's been a learning journey as well, and we've actually learned every step of the way. And I mean, we've hit our foot against some stones along the way, but we've actually looked at the injuries, cleaned it off, and then we've moved on. I think that's what life is about. And that's what the Koko Digest morning show is about. Yes, so I think it's been nothing short of worthwhile.
Nana, your salary will be increased, by Kwatin.
Hello.
I love to mention your name because it carries some, energy. Benedict Nketia Kwatin. Yes, Benedict.
Yes.
How has it been for you? 1 year or half a year?
yes. It hasn't been easy. Let me be honest, but then it's been good. The Lord has been good. Let's first of all give glory to Him for this opportunity, because as young as we are, our colleagues are out there still looking for opportunities as this, and then here we are on your screens, brightening your morning, Tuesdays and on Thursdays. I mean, throughout the week, you see us on your screens here and there, and it's been great. The experience has been awesome. I mean, coming in, initially we thought it wouldn't be possible because of the inexperienced part of it, but then, I mean, we learn as we go, and then here we are today. You can see from our exuberance, our confidence, the power we emit, the way we speak. You can tell that these guys, these ladies and gentlemen are picking up something, and then very soon you see us up there.
All right, thank you so much, Benedict Nketia. But before I also say something more, let me remind you that we are not here alone. We are here with the iconic Clockstack Band, and they are doing this with us, giving us amazing tunes. And so that's what you heard. These and many other amazing tunes you will get from them if you book them for all your special events, weddings, funerals, baby christening, anything at all. Just call them. If you have broken hearts, call them. They'll sing for you. Like every single thing, they'll perform for you. They are so good at what they do. And so yes, we are still hiding our bosses. We don't want to reveal them yet because they are going to really tell us their experience so far on the Koko Digest morning show, behind the scenes, on screens, and surprisingly, they're all presenters on Clock TV. Yes, we are all.
Do you know why I'm actually happy about today?
Okay, tell me.
When you're actually done with production, or maybe you're done presenting, and then you have to go and give a report to your boss, and now you get the opportunity to ask that boss questions. The boss that has been asking you questions behind the scenes. That why was this thing this way, and why now today that boss is here to be interviewed by you.
Nana, please.
Isn't it a very beautiful morning?
He gave me a caution. One of them gave me a caution that if Nanaya pushes me, I'll walk out of the show. Like, I'm not going to talk again. That's what he said.
Then today let's experience. Do you know the have you heard of the Yembo Boom saga?
Yeah.
Let me educate you a little bit on this particular one. This was Kumasi Asante Kotoko versus King Faisal, right? And then Kumasi Asante Kotoko, after some few minutes, conceded a controversial goal. Then their representative in the name Jerry Asari was actually angry. He wasn't happy with the whole thing. And then Jerry Asari told the players, "Don't worry, carry on and then play. We can equalize." Just as the game was going on, they were given a red card. So don't worry, go on, we will still play. Just as the game was going on, they received a penalty against them. And then he went on the pitch. Don't worry, our goalkeeper can save it. When the penalty went in, it was like, Fabo and Ibrahim. So today, we might actually see someone say, "Hey, Bobiu." That's where
we are hoping that will not happen on the lifestyle segment. It can happen on any other segment, but not on the lifestyle segment, because it is always fun, it is entertaining, it is exciting, and most importantly, informative on the lifestyle segment. And now it is time to reveal our bosses. So I have with me, to my immediate right, we have our very own general manager, Mr. Faz Dosu, who has been very instrumental, not to just Koko Digest Morning Show, but to all our programs on Clock TV. I don't even know what to say. Nana, do you have something to say? Or Benedict, you've experienced him small. Say something brief about him. Like,
I wouldn't even categorize it as small, because the little impacts that he has made in my life has done so much good than any other lesson I've learned anywhere else. I've had the opportunity to interact with him one-on-one, and then he has a very firm hand, he has a very stern hand, but when he's speaking to you, the impacts, he will criticize you, but you will love the criticism. You can feel it, you can feel this man is not happy with what you have done, but then the way he will speak to you, you have no option than to perform.
He's a PRO. He's a PRO for a reason. He's a PRO for a reason. So we have Mr. Sefas.
Would you want me to say something?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Let's move straight to Pastor Bayo. You will talk about Pastor Bayo. We have our chaplain here at Clocksag, our very own. You know, our spiritual growth is also important, and so this man has been very, very instrumental in our spiritual growth. He's been with us from the very launch of Koko Digest until now. He's also here with us. Pastor Bayo, welcome to the lifestyle segment, Koko Digest Morning Show. Nana wants to say something brief,
Well, Pastor Bayo and myself, he's a resident pastor of Clocksag as well as a counselor. We have a little bit of history beyond the walls of Clocksag. And I happen to attend the same church that he attends. So he has probably known me since I was 3-4 years, because that was when I joined the church. And then he's been a mentor. He's been someone that you can actually look up to and see the reflection of godly attributes. I don't think there's been ever a situation where maybe I would say Pastor Bayo didn't. That's how I see him. He didn't do this right. I mean, in my own understanding. But I've known him for more than 20 years. That's what I can say. And personally, family-wise, and all that, he is someone that I really cherish and I actually adore.
Thank you so much, Nana.
The most important thing is that he's such a very good footballer as well. If you see Pastor Bayo on the football pitch, you think that he has actually gone for a second calling.
We'll come back to that. Now let's move straight into the main reason why we are here. We are coming to talk about Koko Digest. We are coming to talk about our experiences, our expectations, challenges, every single thing. We are doing part 1 here, and then maybe a part 2 with Yaira and our colleagues, right? So let's get straight into the conversation.
Hi, Mimi.
Oh, thank you, Say. I'm starstruck right now. I have celebrities with me outside here, but let me start with you, Say. Today is our birthday. I know you're a father. How is the feeling like as a father, watching your people celebrate 1 year of their morning show? How is it like?
Thank you very much, Mimi. Thank you,
to the rest of your hosts. But let me take this opportunity to thank the Executive Secretary and the consuls for having the confidence in me and putting the task in my hands. Let me also use the opportunity to thank all my crew members. I know when I joined you guys, there was a lot of apprehension because you know my style. I was like a sledgehammer. And by then, my message basically will be hinged on a song that was performed by Reverend Milton Bigham in the year 2005. And it says that we have come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in His holy name, and He's never failed us yet. To that end, no, we can never turn around. So we're going to look forward. Celebration is a good thing, and to see a baby born today, and in a year's time, the baby is clawing or making some strides, it's a joy that comes to the parents. And for me, looking back 1 year ago, when I joined Clock TV, especially the fact that looking at the background of the crew members I'm working with, there's no significant exposure in the media landscape, and yet we took the bull by the horn. We're all committed and dedicated. We were sure we could do it, and we got on board, and we have done it. I think for me today, it's a very exciting moment, and let me give thumbs up to all my crew members from technical to hosts to producers. My tongue lashing, you took them in good faith. And that is how come we've gotten here by faith. We thank all of you for all you've done.
And we know that thank you is going to be followed up by item 13, right? We are on set, so say.
Thank you very much. But then it will come. But I think that the most critical person that I've failed to acknowledge here is Pastor Bayo. Okay. In fact, no one knows that beyond the strong face that I posed, I have weaknesses. And when things get tough, like the doctor said, when it gets so hard, why don't you get back to Jesus? Sometimes I get back to Pastor Bayo for emotional strength. He's been a support, sometimes would advise me and pray with me. And so, Pastor Bayo, I thank you for how far you've come with us and for being, in fact, he's the pastor that prayed, set a stone for our production, and today he's here with us to celebrate 1 year journey.
Thank
Pastor,
you so much, Pastor Bayo. But let me come to you. What were your initial thoughts about the whole morning show when you were coming for the launch? I remember you came and then, what were your initial thoughts?
Truth is that I've always been a positive person, so I could envisage, something glorious already. I don't accommodate negativities around me. And so I believed in the people around. I believed in the vision. I believed in what I saw. I knew that there was going to be a day like this. It wasn't going to be a smooth journey, but I knew that there's nothing new under the sun. Everything is obtainable. Everything is possible. So basically, that was a thought that I had.
And have you been impressed so far?
So much, overly impressed. If you ask me, why am I saying that? Because I'm seeing a raw product refined now. Because I was there, I saw the raw materials when we had to make do with what was available then. And I'm seeing what is happening now. I'm seeing new faces, people who were a bit shy, who did not believe in themselves, now are able to do things that are exciting and amazing. So for me, it's a joyous moment today.
Okay, so Benedict, do you have
Pastor Bayo, thank you very much for gracing this occasion for us. And then I want to ask you, looking at being a visionary leader as you are, and looking at let me say your little brothers and sisters, do you think there is something in store for us? Looking at the programs, how we are handling ourselves here and there, what do you think? And what do you have to tell us?
Yes, what I have to say is, going to, I mean, what you said about me seeing if there's something in store for you guys. Look, the sky is no more the limit. And I see potentials, all right? And beyond that, I see passion. You know, you can be skilled. You can be wired with a lot of talent and abilities. But if there's no drive and passion, that thing cannot materialize. And I'm seeing passion and I'm seeing commitment. And there's nothing that can hinder, you know, the prospects in the future. And so for me, I'm excited. I believe in people. I believe in giving people opportunities. I believe in driving people to see their goals come to pass. And so the future is bright.
Right. Thank you so much. Before I come to Nana, boss, let me ask you. We know you've said a lot, you know, challenges and here and there, but let me ask you one standout moment you would say is your highlights that made you proud of your people. One standout moment.
Thank you. If that was a standout moment or outstanding moment, it is not something that anybody could see. I'm a type of person that derive my joy and my motivation from achieving results. And so I'm passionate with whatever I do, I'm committed to whatever I do, and I'm dedicated to whatever I do. And I think those were the ingredients that I found around. I saw people who were passionate to achieve something, were committed and dedicated to the cause that we've assigned ourselves. And so that resonated with me. And so to start with, I knew I was going to make it. Even though I didn't share those experiences with you, I was conscious of myself that it's going to be. So that was a stand-up moment for me. I mean, just when I stepped in, that was what I saw.
All right, so I think it's now fair that I ask my question, and then I want to direct this question to Mr. Cephas. I want to put you on the spot a little. There's been times that you had to maybe crack the whip just to put out discipline in this particular group, because you know discipline is the backbone of the army. Discipline, if you are going to move on, definitely needs to be maybe seen here. But let me say, in cracking the whip, who have you whipped the most? I just want to put him on the spot. I think I know the answer already.
It would be difficult to tell because
I knew that he was going to give a very diplomatic answer. But I think one year we can actually just open up and then Mr. Silva.
I think that you cannot ask the question and keep the answer in your pocket and throw it at me. I try in my ways to be fair and balanced, and the quantum of lashes or the kind of whip that I have to use depends on what I'm trying to correct. And so I cannot on top of my head say that I have been more particular with this person, I've whipped this person more. But I believe that each and every one has had equal fair share of my whip.
I mean, in terms of fairness and the fair share.
I mean, nobody has been spared.
Okay,
no one has been spared.
Since you don't want to answer that
question,
but
who do you think I have had?
Well, since you're not answering, who am I?
I think he's speaking for himself because he knows how stubborn he has been.
Okay, Mr. Cephas, another question. Okay. Well, this is away from Clock TV a little bit. Let me just come to the personal level. Had you not been into public relations, media, and what you do for Clock TV and then normal what you do, what other thing would you have become? What other career path would you have chosen?
I was more likely to have been a lawyer.
Yeah. You actually look like it.
I would have been. I've had a lot of edging. But then I thought that there's something peculiar and similar that runs through the career of a legal person and a public communicator, and that is talking. And what I could do as a lawyer, I think I'm doing the same advocacy as a public relations practitioner.
But without going to the court, that is.
Yeah. I'm sometimes stubborn, so sometimes I observe the way sometimes it appears as if judges are intimidating legal persons, and I ask myself whether I'll be able to go to it. Maybe I would have just expressed my opinion and I've been charged for contempt of court or something. So maybe that's why.
Okay,
I didn't
last
go
question.
there.
Which case do you think you would have actually carried and won in any of these popular ones? I'm just bringing it down and very informal.
You can give me some samples that I can choose from.
Election petitions.
The Wyoming case.
The Wyoming case. Atai's case. Which one?
I think Nanaya, you have been very controversial here.
It's getting a bit
I wish that you would not even go there.
On this particular note, I think we are hearing the story of the Yembubium coming in.
Okay, so let me move to Pastor Bayo.
Yes,
in your own view as a chaplain, what would you say spirituality, like how does it unity, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we need to understand the total makeup of man. You know, man is spirit, he has a soul, he lives in the body. And so that three aspects of man goes a long way in making the person. And so it's possible that men tell you okay, but I mean, spiritually, there's a defect. It's possible that physically you're okay, but mentally, you know, there's a challenge. But the spiritual affects the two aspects. So if you are spiritually buoyant, your mental issue or mental aspect or physical aspect, you know, is helped, you know, in carrying out what you need to do or whatever assignment you have in hand. And so spiritually, we have fellowships on Fridays, 12:30 to 1:30, and then Wings of the Morning, 4 to 6. These things that we are hearing, they are inspiring us, they are motivating us, they are strengthening us to be able to focus and carry out the things we're doing. So you cannot take that one out. And so it's really been helpful, you know, in shaping us, in keeping our focus and doing whatever we're doing.
So let me add this to like a follow-up. We work as a team, right? But it gets to a point where we misunderstand each other, we have conflicts here and there, and the whole place becomes very toxic. As a chaplain, what advice would you give to us? Since today is our 1 year, you know, in working together, you know, united, that kind of thing, what advice will you give to us?
Well, so let me answer you by using the scripture in the Bible.
Okay.
From Genesis 11:6. It says, "This people is one, and whatever they've imagined to do, nothing can be restrained from them." So where there's disunity, nothing can be achieved. All right. So my advice is that let's strive to keep the bond of peace and unity, and that will help us to achieve our goals.
Let me come back to you, say, Mr. Cephas Dosu, our general manager, and also PRO for. Oh, that's under the carpet. But anyways, as a general manager, you'd also had experiences where people come to you, complain, issues here and there. Over the year, 1 year, what have you done to ensure that we are always working together as one, as a leader?
Thank you. What we must understand is that a house that is divided cannot stand.
Cannot stand, sure.
And I always use our fingers. People normally say that that I can't say insantia and yepe. I mean, the fingers are not the same. But that is not enough. If you look at your fingers, you realize that they are of different height or length or sizes. But then each and every finger has a unique role to play. For instance, if you are tying a knot and untying a knot, it will be difficult for you, if you have not paid particular attention to the process of tying and untying, to know which role each of the fingers played. And you notice that if you take out a finger and tie a knot, it's going to be more difficult than it is if you're using all your fingers. And basically, my message to all members of the crew, our technical team, all employees of Clock TV is that no one person is more important than the other. And no one person is less important than the other. And no one person knows all than the other. And no one person knows less than the other. We need each other. And that is why we are all here. I cannot do it all. You cannot do it all. Let's come together as a team, work as a team, complement each other so that the individual flaws will not be seen. But the achievements of the united group is what will fly high. And so what I've been doing is that anytime I meet you guys, I more like behave like Pastor Bayo, giving exhortation about unity, 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 and unity. Thank
you so much. I would allow Nanaya and Benedict to also ask Pastor Bayo some few questions, but let me still stay with you, sir. If someone is watching us this morning, let's say that for the first time, and they are hearing of Clock TV, what would you say is our brand identity as a TV station? What are we known for?
You know, Clock TV is unique. We are not like any other media houses. We don't follow what people are doing. We have our own identity, our own mission, our own vision, and our own objective. And basically, we try to educate. We try to, entertain. And we try to also teach people. For instance, if you look at the content of our programs, we've done issues about road safety. Because at a point, we know about this Okada accidents and what have you. We've brought people, and that is our corporate social responsibility, free of charge, giving them airtime to talk about things that can bring safety or enhance safety to our road users. We've done things on environmental, pollution, health, and safety. We brought somebody from AMA and what have you. And I remember that profound documentary you did with your phone on the that road on air pollution. You know, so these are the things that we do. If we have to even touch on political issues, it is not about politics, about what a political party stands for, but what would benefit the generality of us as a nation. So we have what we call there's a program that is coming on board that we call the Policy Pulse, where we want to delve deep beyond what the policy statements are, to the extent that how do those policies affect and better the life of the citizenry. So these are our unique brand.
Right. I'll allow Benedict.
Yes. I think just my question goes to our fathers here. That looking at the average or the age group you are working with at Clock TV, putting yourselves in our shoes, dating your ages back in our shoes, what would be that one advice you want to share with us? What is that one thing that we are supposed to pick up that will drive us to where we want to go? We just want to know something that will just encourage us whenever we'll get to that age.
Maybe.
Well, I think it's something that I keep saying, and all I want to say is that be intentional, be purposeful. And if you recall, the first principle that I shared with you guys is the why principle. Don't do things for the sake of doing it because people are doing it. You must know why people are doing it. So why are people doing this? Why are they doing it this way? Why must I do it? And why must I do it that way? Once you're intentional about what you do, you create a niche for yourself. I keep saying that people sit in class for the sake of acquiring certificates and not acquiring knowledge. And so for whatever you do, you must go beyond the act of doing it to understanding why you are doing it and what you want to achieve with it. And that's what can influence how you do it and can make the necessary impact.
We'd like to hear from Pastor Bayo as
well.
Yeah,
what I would like to say is that, you know, you have to dream and keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Keep working on yourself by way of investing in knowledge, the relevant knowledge, as it relates to what you're doing. You know, don't let people discourage you. Know that there's nothing that has not been achieved or done before. And the people you're seeing out there who are being celebrated now started and began like you know, and now people are celebrating them. So anything is achievable. And so keep dreaming, keep investing in yourself, keep being informed, and I believe that you can achieve that which you put before you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Just one, Nana.
I would want to ask, what are your expectations of us?
Well, I like to see a Clock TV that is touching the world beyond Ghana. I like to see this institution going beyond the shores of Africa, being recognized globally. I like to see many more references made, you know, to Clock TV, and that's, I believe, will come to pass.
Right. Thank you so much.
And you know what? To achieve what all that Pastor Bahar said, what it means is that we must not be static.
Exactly.
We started a year ago. Today we are 1 year old. Next year will be 2 years. In so saying, and we must also grow in knowledge, continue to learn, continue to add value to ourselves, continue to add value to our content, continue to add value to our programs. And that is how we can make the impact and also be recognized in all spheres.
Right.
Maybe I'd like to let me add to
Briefly,
what Mr. Sefa is saying. The only thing that is constant in life is change. So you need to keep changing. You need to keep working on yourself. That's the only constant thing in life.
Thank you so much. Boss, let me just ask you this. Lastly, what is next for Koko Digest? What should our viewers expect?
Will we have chances to ask further?
No,
questions?
please. Our time is up. Our time is up.
Well, what we should understand is that Koko Digest is not Clock TV. It's just one of our many programs on Clock TV. So if you're talking about what is next, we are looking beyond Koko Digest. On this program this morning, you were going to hear something about our upcoming program, the Walantu Walansa. And we bring in this program because of the fact that there are many employers and government institutions who believe that labor unions are antagonistic. We need to educate people to understand the partnership and intermediary role labor unions play, and that if you continue to engage them, because they are the mouthpiece of the labor force, if you recognize them, engage them, I'm sure that would have labor peace in our environment. Apart from that, I've talked about the policy polls, the Pimpamsi. There are many programs that are coming. The resetting the civil service.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's metamorphosing into what we call the policy polls.
Okay.
And that is what I spoke about.
And Pastor Bayo also is the host for Wings of the Morning.
Yeah. AM, Monday to Friday.
And on Fridays, we have our Closak Fellowship.
That's 12:30 to 1:30.
Thank you so much, Pastor Bayo, and also Mr. Cephas Dosu. Mr. Cephas Dosu is the general manager of Clock TV, and Pastor Bayo is the chaplain for Closak. Thank you so much for making it on our show today. I also did this with Nanaya Wasari and also Benedict Inketia Kwating. Now let's take a few birthday messages and then we'll be out of here. So glorious birthday to Mrs. Lydia Osei. May the good Lord bless you in everything you do. Much love. This is from me, Lydia. Happy birthday to you. We also have this, a happy birthday to my amazing little brother. May your day be filled with joy, laughter, and everything that makes you happy. I'm so proud of the person you are becoming, and I'm grateful to have you as my brother. This is from your big brother Marcelo. And Auntie Love, who works with the Closac Polyclinic is also wishing Koko Digest a 1-year anniversary. She has been with us from day one. Thank you so much. Do you have any special messages for your family, loved ones, even enemies? We'll take them.
Well, I think that I want to take this opportunity to wish members of Closac, but more especially my crew at Clock TV, my able producer for Koko Digest, Ifua, and her team, a very blessed, happy anniversary. I look forward to the achieving more as we journey into the years ahead of us. To my staff at the Controller and Accountant General's Department, the PR's Directorate, I said, Charlie, good morning, and I wish you a wonderful day. And to my family, thank you for being a supportive family for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Patabayo.
Yeah, what I have to say is thank the leadership of Closac for birthing this idea and giving people the opportunity and the privilege to showcase and bring out. Really thank Mr. Cephas for making himself available. His coming has brought about some freshness into Clock TV. I also want to appreciate my producers of Wings of the Morning, Clement, Erica, and everybody, that was there from the beginning. And I want to say happy birthday to Koko Digest, and bear in mind that there are great things ahead.
Yeah.
The Lord bless you.
So I'm not going to take special messages from my colleagues because we have a main segment coming up where we are going to share our experiences, so you don't have to go anywhere. I have a lot. You guys should get tissues because I'm coming to cry on set here. I'm coming to talk about my challenges, every single thing I have gone through as a presenter on the Koko Digest Morning Show. I'm going to share that here with my colleagues. I am Miriam Abuna Adede. I did this with Benedict Nketia Kwaten and also Nanaya Wasari. Let's do some sports and business segments, and then we'll move straight into our conversations.
It's Koko, it's Koko. We are moving down the road.
Hello viewers, I'm Clement Yabankwe, the host for Business Update segment, and I've not been doing this alone. I'm going to bring you the one whom I've been doing this all the time with, and I'm here with Peter Insia. Yes, so Peter, tell viewers.
So my name is Peter Insia. I'm also a host on the Business Update segment. Anytime you're not around, I step in your shoes to do justice to the screen.
So the journey has been very, 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 let's say rough, smooth. It has been very interesting 1 year because we started somewhere 2024, 2nd July, and it has been so amazing. Sometimes you feel like I'm sleeping, sometimes you feel like waking up, especially at dawn. So 2 a.m. and you have to wake up, wash down, do all these things, pick the bus and come. And it has been so amazing.
My first time, it looked so beautiful on the screen, but then behind the scene, I didn't know a lot of work needs, go into that. Like you said, especially waking at dawn and all that. And for me, it comes with some kind of nervousness as a national service personnel being given that opportunity to, wear your big shoes. It wasn't an easy journey at all. But then with you and the team, everything has been, successful. Looking at the journey, looking back, I would say that I'm learning. I'm really learning. And then the team has also done well and still doing well, coming with the producers and you yourself by me and other, people around. I can say that I'm improving.
Okay, I will start with memories. I remember with simulation, and my director will be like, Clement, you are talking very fast, and that's when you see the other producers be like, you need to go this way, do more research. That memory can't never leave me alone because it tells me that I need to step up my game. And one thing I will not forget is on the third day, I think the third week, I was nearly attacked. But that one motivated me that no, you don't have to give up. Keep on, strive hard, and by the grace, here we are.
All right, so mine has to do with, in terms of preparation, warming up to appear on the morning show. So I remember I was told to be rehearsing and practicing because very soon I will be on the morning show. It was kind of nervous. So I remember we had a general meeting in the studio when I was asked to come and show what I've learned so far with everybody present. And I don't think I'll ever forget that moment when I tried with the intro and everything. And I'll never forget that moment. And one that also I remember most is during the Ghana month, where I had to play drafts with my boss on the show. And, you know, those who watch it actually know what transpired. And yeah, these are many memories I have that I can never forget.
Okay, so yes, we have a special message for our viewers. Koko Digest 1 year, and moving forward, we are going to bring you more interesting content on the business update segment. We will bring you the what is happening in the world market in terms of stock, in terms of exchange rate, and all commodities as well. And also, we want to especially thank our guests. They've been so amazing, especially just to mention a few, Mr. Martin, an financial analyst. We have the person of Mr. Kwashi and all these people. Viewers expect that moving forward, we are going to bring more seasoned analysts on our financial discussions, and you are going to be very educated.
Good morning, welcome to the Business Update segment on Koko Digest Morning Show. As you know, today is 1 year anniversary, and Business Update segment from today, we are going to bring you amazing content henceforth. We are going to digest all things relating to economy and finance on this very segment of the Koko Digest Morning Show. But then let's get into our stories for today. Beginning with, Parliament is expected to soon deliberate on the 24-hour economy for as efforts advance to transform the existing coordinating secretariat into a statutory authority. The update was shared during a press briefing ahead of the official launch of Ghana's 24-hour economy and accelerated export development program.
Negotiations are currently underway with the Ministry of Finance to develop a detailed incentive framework aimed at attracting investment, supporting government priorities and meeting IMF requirements. The transition to an authority has reportedly received initial approval, with further parliamentary debate anticipated to finalize the program's content and justify the institutional upgrade. A key issue identified is the current lack of consistency in the incentive structure, which has been a deterrent for both local and foreign investors. The aim is to establish a more predictable, performance-based system that aligns with other national and international economic objectives.
Away from that, Dr. Atuforsen, Ghana's finance minister, recently completed discussion with Chinese key financial stakeholders, which he described as a significant advancement in country's debt restructuring efforts.
For a new era of stability and growth, his mission aligns with broader efforts to secure favorable terms from external creditors as Ghana aims to restore economic stability. Engaging with representatives from China's Ministry of Finance and China Exim Bank, he reported substantial progress towards finalizing a debt deal. In a Facebook statement, Dr. Forson emphasized that these talks were not merely technical but aimed at ensuring economic recovery and improving the lives of Ghanaians. He expressed optimism about Ghana's future, stating that the nation is nearing the end of a challenging economic chapter and is poised for a new era of stability and growth. His mission aligns with broader efforts to secure favorable terms from external creditors as Ghana aims to restore economic stability.
Now on Ghana Gold Board. Ghana Gold Board has exceeded $5 billion in gold export value, which the first 6 months of 2025, already surpassing the $4.6 billion recorded for the entire year of 2024. The announcement, which was made by Chief Executive Officer Sami Jemfi during a press conference in Accra.
This achievement is being attributed to ongoing regulatory reforms and the implementation of the Ghana Good Board Act 2025 Act 1140. According to the board, improved compliance, stronger oversight, and a streamlined licensing regime have all contributed to the sector's growth. In terms of volume, gold export for the first half of 2025 have reached over 50 tons, with projections indicating the country will hit 60-ton mark by the end of July. This is compared to a total of 66 tons exported throughout 2024. Gold Board has also become a key contributor to Ghana's foreign exchange inflows. In June alone, the board brought in approximately $900 million in foreign currency for the Bank of Ghana, helping to stabilize the cedi and support microeconomic objectives. Effective July 1, all gold trading activities in Ghana must be licensed by the Gold Board. Licenses previously issued by the now defunct Precious Minerals Marketing Company and the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources have been rendered invalid under the new law.
That's all we have for you for the business update segment. We'd like to use opportunity to thank our special guest. Always, he have been on the show, providing us insight on business update segments, Mr. Martin Ohin Enim and Dr. Joseph Entribefi, Vice Dean of Amstead, as well as Mr. Stephen Kwashi. And viewers, as we said earlier, we'll bring you more updates on business update segments and also analysis into all stories. I am Clement Yabankwe. Do stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the show.
When up in the morning, one thing stops the yawning. It's Koko, meandering down the road. Rock TV is calling, stop all the stalling. Tune to the show, everybody likes Koko Digest, Koko Digest. Sure to watch forever. Rock TV comes first. Gives out the best. Every morning there's no other show like Koko Digest. Everybody likes Koko Digest. A show to watch forever. In the morning, one thing stops the yawning. It's Koko, meandering down the road. What TV is calling? Stop all the stalling. Tune to the show. Everybody likes Koko Digest, Koko Digest. Sure to watch forever. But TV comes first and gives out the best. Every morning there's no other show like Koko Digest. Everybody likes Koko Digest. A show to watch forever. But TV comes first and gives out the best. Every morning.
The name is Godfred, and on the Koko Digest Morning Show, I'm the graphic designer and a video editor. So my highlight of the Koko Digest Morning journey so far would be our production at the Homo War. I mean, people coming around to look at how we are doing our production and everything. I think it was exciting. So far, I've learned a lot, not only in terms of designing or editing, but then in terms of, producing and all of that. We see our mistakes, we are able to correct them and all of that. So it's been a swift learning curve for me. So it's been a year coming, and I must say it's not been easy from the beginning, simulations and all of that, mistakes here and there. But then a year down the lane, I think we've come a long way in terms of our quality, our sound, anything that has to do with Koko Digest. And I'd like to appreciate the team, from the technical team to the presenters to the producers, everybody that has made this journey an insightful one.
Koko Digest, show you watch forever. But TV comes first and gives out the best. Every morning there's no hour.
And here, as usual, we bring you the best in the world of sports. We are covering all the action as expected, both local and international. Here we are today. We are bringing you the best in the sports arena from the Clocksack Warfare Shop. And here today, we want to celebrate. We are here to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, as usual, as you've been hearing since morning, as we've been propagating since morning. Today is the 1 year anniversary of Koko Digest Morning Show. So join me today as we dive into the sports arena. Now to the headlines. Hearts of Oak unveils Masudin Didi Dramani as new head coach. Suleiman set for Atlanta medical complete. Youngster Abdul Aziz Issa departs Barcelona after loan deal ends. And Arsenal completes Kepa Arrizabalaga transfer from Chelsea. Now to the main story. Masudi Dramani is the new head coach of Accra Hearts of Oak, signing a 2-year deal. He will be assisted by Abdullahi Ghazali. The team also includes Fifi Parker Hansen, Najao Issa, Henry Mate, Enoch Jordan Daite, and Peter Boafo. Dramani replaces Ouattara Boubacar and brings a wealth of experience, including leading the Black Maidens and winning the Ghana Premier League with Asante Kotoko. The team's first match is the 2025 President's Cup against Asante Kotoko, followed by the Echo International Tournament in Nigeria. Guinean winger Kamaldeen Sulemana is set to join Atlanta from Southampton. Atlanta has agreed to a 17.5 million euros deal with Southampton, plus 4 million euros in add-ons. Sulemana will sign a 4-year contract with an option for another season. This move marks his debut in Italian football after playing in Denmark and France. He made 26 appearances for Southampton, scoring once. Abdul Aziz Issa's loan with FC Barcelona has ended, with the club declining to keep him. The 19-year-old midfielder, who joined Barca Athletic from Dreams FC in September 2024, made only 2 appearances. While his time at Barcelona didn't go as planned, Issa, still young, may yet have a successful European career. Despite his bright beginning, Issa struggled for game time and made only 2 appearances for Barca Athletic, accumulating just 26 minutes on the pitch. He was largely left out of matchday squads throughout the season. And of course, Arsenal has signed Kepa Arrizabalaga from Chelsea on a 2-year contract to back up David Raya. The Gunners paid £5 million to activate the release clause of Kepa's contract. This marks the end of Kepa's 7-year spell at Chelsea, where he arrived for a record fee. He won trophies with Arsenal and had a successful loan at Real Madrid before playing for AFC Bournemouth. And of course, this is the end of the sports update segment. I have with me my co-host on the sports segment, the one and only, the master of the game, landlord, the landlord of ministerial football, the landlord of all ministries in Ghana. Landlord is here with me. And then again, of course, on my left-hand side, I have the maestro. We know him already. Our screens on Friday evenings, Monday evenings, he's hosting the sports segment. We have Nanayo Asari. Gentlemen, thank you for gracing this occasion today. Landlord, let me start with you. How has the feeling been so far?
Oh, well, the feeling has been great. It's not easy though, but God is still the greatest.
God is doing great things.
I'm actually surprised you've not used your own term. You're borrowing from Benito. So rephrase your statement.
It's a long day, so it'll come.
Okay, come as we go.
Yeah.
And now, sorry. Yes, we have been here. We have been with us since morning. But then let's talk about the sports segment. How has it been so far for you?
Well, before we actually go deeper into the sports segment, we cannot complete this particular segment without talking about some transfers because we're in the transfer window. So I'll quickly rush through a myriad of transfers that we are actually seeing, and then Barcelona fans are still anticipating the capture
It will happen.
of Nico Williams. The release clause is set to be paid, but it's not yet paid, so it's set to be paid. And once that is done, Nico Williams, he has to agree on a wage structure that will fit into Barcelona's plans and fit into their dealings. Away from Barcelona, let's come to Arsenal. And Arsenal are agreeing a deal. This came from just 6 hours ago. Arsenal are agreeing a deal with Victor Gyökeres. If you know Victor Gyökeres, he scored 63 goals last season playing for Sporting Lisbon in Portugal. And he won the league with them as well and the cup as well. So he's actually one of the top and hottest strike prospects. And this begs the question, what happens to Benjamin Sesko? Benjamin Sesko was widely sought after for Arsenal, but it looks as though they are going to get either one or the other. They are not going to get both strikers, as Arsenal can afford only one. Arsenal are also in the search for Crystal Palace winger Eberechi Eze, who can also double play as a left-sided midfielder. So he's actually wanted by Mikel Arteta, and it looks as though the deal is in an advanced stage as the clubs are talking to make sure that they get things sorted out. And then now, away from Arsenal, we turn our attentions to Real Madrid. Real Madrid are trying to give an improved contract to Rodrigo. Rodrigo is set to be offered another contract, and it begs the question, what happens to their striker that they bought from Brazil, from Palmeiras, the young chap that was playing as number 9 for them? I'm sure his name will come up shortly, but what happens to him? Because it looks as though he's being surplus for requirements, especially after their new player from the academy, Gonzalo, keeps scoring the goals and keeps hitting the back of the net for them. So these are a few stories that are making up the rounds of the headlines. But now, when you come to Ghana, Koko are also capturing a lot of players, and they have actually secured the signing of left back Bichim, who is subject to a medical. Others are saying that deal is far from done, but sources close to us say that it's almost as good as done. Masoud Didi Dramani has also been given the role for Accra Hearts of Oak as the new head coach, and then he is now going to face off with Coach Karim Zito. Coach Karim Zito, who is Kotoko's now coach. So it's going to be a very, very good one. Former teammates who played together for Kumasi and Kotoko. Coach Masoud Dramani has also coached Kumasi and Kotoko, won trophies for them as well. And now he's going to face off head-to-head against his former club. Former friends have now turned foes, and that is what's going to happen in the President's Cup.
And so that is what's going to happen. Thank you very much, Nanayo Asari. Sorry to catch you, but then let's move to our local league. We have the President's Cup coming up. Landlord, what do you have to say about our local league and the President's Cup coming up?
Thank you, Benedict. Let's greet our people watching live on Clock TV and also Facebook. We are always grateful, and we thank them for always watching us. It's not easy. 1 year celebration is not easy. God has been faithful to us. Sunday, it's going to be a difficult game at the Nations Wembley Accra Sports Stadium. Kotoko and House of Folk. We know these two sides, they are own. And it's going to be the Ghana version of the El Clasico. And the President's Cup is a cup which every year is being played, whether a change of government comes or not. So this time around, our first gentleman of the state, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, organizing this tournament. And last year we saw what happened. It was the same Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Asufuk that played at Accra Sports Stadium, and Kotoko beat. Yeah, we were there. Kotoko beat.
And this year too, we'll be there.
We'll be there. Yeah. Always will be there. And it was unfortunate when they went to. When you win this match, you get a chance to play in USA. But when they went, unfortunately, something happened. And I was laughing. So he knows the scene very well. 6 players of Kumasi Asante Kotoko ran away, go missing. I will not say run away, but they go missing. Yeah. So this time around, it's going to be a very difficult
game. The term is run away. Let's not say things and cover it. They run away. If you have been taken to America to go and play football and they can't find you again from your club.
Running away.
They were lost.
Yeah.
They were not lost. They ran away.
I remember last year we went to Cape Coast and one person got missing. But
amongst yes.
We were looking for the person for the past 2 days.
We went to Cape Coast to go and cover a game.
Yeah.
And then we were looking for one person for 2 days. 2 days. Part of the crew.
The unfortunate thing that the departure time we saw the person.
Yes, well, just as we were about leaving Cape Coast.
So
none the car is cancer.
We are still investigating our issue. So it's going to be a very difficult on Sunday. Kotoko and Haas are doing signings. I could see Patrick Wazak and also Masu Didi Damani is a very experienced coach, coaching the Women's League, coaching Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and you could see from the goalkeepers, trainers, and this. So it's going to be a very difficult game on Sunday.
It's going to be a very difficult game on Sunday. We encourage our viewers to stay tuned. We have more programs for you, and this is a sports update segment. As usual, my name is Benedict Nketia Kwati, and I'm also your host.
Next, are we wrapping up just now?
Yes, we have the main segment coming up. We have more for our viewers, so stay tuned. Nana, sorry, hold your horses. We will appear live on the main segment.
It's normal. But Benedict, before we wrap up,
thank you very much.
In October, the sports team, on Clock TV will be celebrating our 2 years anniversary. Our second anniversary.
Our first anniversary, we were able to go and cover the draft games.
So this time around, it's going to be difficult. Very nice one. My brother is not here. My partner in crime is not here. Benito.
Of course, Benito. Wherever you are, we are giving you
he's watching us live on Facebook. So in October, we'll be celebrating. Lastly, I want to thank the morning show team. They've really done a great job. Each and every morning, I don't come to the studio, but I watch in the house asking people questions where they laugh.
It's Koko, we have been down the road. But TV story, on top of story. To the show, everybody likes Koko Digest, Koko Digest. Show you Koko, TV monsters, and geese out there. There's no other like Koko Digest, Koko Digest. Show you TV monsters, geese in the morning. One can stop the other. It's Koko, we have been down the road. But TV story, on top of story. Everybody likes Koko Digest, Koko Digest. Show you Koko, TV monsters, and geese out there. There's no other like Koko Digest, in the morning. One can stop the other. It's Koko, we have been down the road. But TV story, on top of story. To the There's no
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroad.
That says that a certain action should be taken. But government has to act on the basis of the law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political office, step away from the services. This is Supreme Court talking. It's not Closer speaking or Isaac Wampado speaking. This is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court judgment on the landmark case of Clockside versus the Attorney General has set the stage for a profound transformation. Introducing Resetting the Civil Service. Tune in to be part of this change, because a better civil service means a better Ghana.
I find it refreshing always when I remind myself of the profound statement by the eminent civil servant, Bitan Anamkwa of blessed memory, to the effect that it is the perfection of the civil servant that will move this country forward, and not the politician.
Say is the backbone for national development, playing a vital role in shaping economic growth, fostering social stability, and enhancing overall productivity. As the workforce undergoes continuous transformation, it is crucial to not only educate but also to actively engage all stakeholders in meaningful discussions on labor policies, workers' rights, and current labor trends. In responding to these pressing needs, Clock TV introduces Walatu Walasa, a dynamic and engaging program dedicated exclusively to exploring the multifold realms of labor issues. This innovative program aims to provide a robust platform for in-depth discussions surrounding employment relations, the rights of workers, the quest for industrial harmony, and evolving landscape of work. Walatu Walasa seeks to bring to bear the challenges and opportunities facing the labor force today, making a significant contribution to public discourse. My name is Edmond Akwe, your host of Walatu Walasa.
This is how we do. M-I-M-I, Divalish, aka, you know the name?
Ghana music has really been has really been doing great stuff.
We have been up through. But the story, time of story. To the show, everybody likes Koko Digest. Koko Digest. Show you what you want to know. The TV monsters and geeks out there. And there's no other. Koko Digest. Koko Digest. Show you what you want to know. TV monsters and geeks in the morning. One can stop the other. It's Koko, we have enough through. But the story, time of story. To the show, everybody likes Koko Digest. Koko Digest. Show you what you want to know. TV monsters and geeks out there. And there's no other. Koko Digest. Koko in the morning. One can stop the other. It's Koko, we have been up through. But the story, time of story. To the show, everybody likes Koko Digest. Koko Digest. Show you what you want to know. TV monsters and geeks out there. And there's no other. Koko Digest. Koko Digest. Show you what you want to know. TV monsters and geeks out there. And there's no other.
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroads.
What I'm saying is that a certain action should be taken, but governments has to act on the basis of the law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political office, step away from the services. This is Supreme Court talking. It's not Crosser speaking or Isaac Wampado speaking. This is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court judgment on the landmark case of Clockside versus the Attorney General has set the stage for a profound transformation. Introducing Resetting the Civil Service. Tune in to be part of this change, because a better civil service means a better Ghana.
I find it refreshing always when I remind myself of the profound statement by the eminent civil servant, Bitan Anamkwa of blessed memory, to the effect that it is the perfection of the civil servant that will move this country forward, and not the politician.
Say is the backbone for national development, playing a vital role in shaping economic growth, fostering social stability, and enhancing overall productivity. As the workforce undergoes continuous transformation, it is crucial to not only educate but also to actively engage all stakeholders in meaningful discussions on labor policies, workers' rights, and current labor trends. In responding to these pressing needs, Clock TV introduces Walatu Walasa, a dynamic and engaging program dedicated exclusively to exploring the multifold realms of labor issues. This innovative program aims to provide a robust platform for in-depth discussions surrounding employment relations, the rights of workers, the quest for industrial harmony, and evolving landscape of work. Bola Tinubu seeks to bring to bear the challenges and opportunities facing the labor force today, making a significant contribution to public discourse. My name is Edmond Akwe, your host of Bola Tinubu.
This is how we do it. M-I-M-I, Divalus, A.K.A. You know the name?
Ghana music has really been has really been doing great stuff.
Femo, echo suba papa minya And you're welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show. And if you're just tuning in, we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary on the Koko Digest Morning Show. It's been an eventful year. And yes, we've had a few exciting segments. We've had our general manager joining us, our chaplain of ClockSAG also joining us. And now we're having the main segment, makeshift main segment, I would say. And we have here the PRO of ClockSAG, Mr. Edmund Akwe, joining us, along with some of my co-hosts. And unfortunately, we can't have everybody on set, but of course, they are here with us in spirit. And we would like to say special shout outs to some of our very, very lovely guests that we've had on the main segment. And I'd first like to say a big thank you to Dr. Victoria Party Newman. I'd like to say a big thank you to some of the other, I can't mention all of them on second thought, but every guest that has been on the main segment, would like to say a big, big, big thank you to you all. We are most grateful for your efforts and, of course, your presence joining us. Now, we're going to be discussing a little bit about our experiences here, especially the very first days and how it's been throughout the year. But before that, Mr. Edmond has also become a presenter on, Clock TV, and I'm sure you've been seeing the adverts Wala to Walasa. So before we even go into the personal stuff we've had on the Koko Digest Morning Show as co-hosts, we'll be discussing Wala to Walasa here. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Yaira, and good afternoon to all your hosts in outside studio.
Thank you so much for joining us. You were here on the very first day of the morning show, and you are here again, and we want to say a big thank you. That's quite an amazing feat.
Yeah, you guys have come, so far, so good. I would say kudos to all the team members of Clock TV. I would also want to say kudos to the general body, that is the National Executive Council of ClockSAG, and the Executive Secretary, the President, and all those who have been working so much tirelessly to make sure that Clock TV stands and remains.
Right. So it's been a year down the line. What are your opinions, or what do you think about how the show has grown so far?
Well, I would say it's so far so good. It's been very well. Over a scale of 10, I'll say Clock TV is around 7.
Right.
It
well,
means that we really moving
that's a big
forward,
plus.
and I would like to say a big thank you to all of you, because getting the vision to establish Clock TV wasn't an easy one. If you look at the processes that we had to pass through, getting the authorization from National Communication Authority to be able to establish the TV station like Clock TV wasn't that easy. Because some of the questions we were asked is that as a union, why do you need a television station? We had to defend tires. And we've seen today that we have the authorization, we are moving on, and we are moving on good.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It was not easy for all of us as well, but God has been good, God has been faithful. Now, what advice would you give to us as the hosts, presenters, everybody, the crew of Clock TV?
Well, the advice is that we've already started. There is no turning back, so we have to hold on tight and make sure that we reach the pedestal that we want to reach. We have the acronym, not even the acronym. We have the what we brand ourselves to be as beyond the policy. So as much as we are all on board, we are supposed to move beyond the policy. So that is what I would want to encourage every member of Clock TV to put at the back of their minds.
Thank you so much. We're most grateful. Now let's come into Wala to Walasa. What is it all about? Now you're also a presenter. How is the experience? But before that, what is Wala to Walasa about?
Very well. Thank you very much. Wala to Walasa, as the name sounds, is you gather, you dig yourself and you gather yourself. Okay, so Clock TV management, looking at what we have for ourselves, trying to reach beyond the policy, decided to put up a Labor Digest program across, and the name was given Wala to Walasa, which means that we are going to look at issues that evolve around labor. And when I say labor, I mean you, the individual, as a worker. Then we move on to the institution that is governing you, the individual. Let's look at the union that you belong to, how the union is able to carry up your welfare issues when it comes to dealing with the employer. Okay, then now we are going to look at institutions that are available to ensure that labor issues are well addressed, because we realize that there's a big gap between labor and the employer. So for that matter, issues that are supposed to be settled or handled amicably within a particular framework is rather blown out, and because of that there's a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of labor unrest and all that. Wala to Walasa seeks to bring to bear some of these issues, and we look at the best ways of solving some of these issues between labor, employer, and labor institutions within our country framework.
Wow, okay. That sounds like something we would be interested in. Yes, I would definitely be tuning in. I don't know about you, but yes, do watch out on Clock TV for Wala to Walasa. And I'd like to say a big thank you to you, Mr. Edmond Akwe, for joining us here. We're most grateful for your help and insights that you have provided to us throughout the year, and we hope you stay with us, you continue. Now that you're a host as well, you'll be feeling some of the heat, and maybe a year from now, when Wala to Walasa is a year, we'll be celebrating, and you tell us how hot it's been. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Clock TV. And I would love to say to our members that everybody should always keep their dial and their TV logged on Clock TV.
Right.
It is an amazing you will never regret. Watch out for more programs to come.
Right. Thank you so much. Now we're going to be talking about our special experiences here, and I want to give shout outs to our technical team. It seems they have been on my neck, or on our neck. So special shout outs to our cables man, Mr. Frimpong. Yes, cables man, we love you so much. Miriam's microphone is not, she's also given Shout outs to him. Special shout outs to our most amazing photographer.
Emphasis on the cables man.
Yes, cables man. International cables man.
Connection. You know, he's a connector to a connector.
He can connect you to God himself. And then special shout outs to our most amazing photographer, James Tay Bernard. We say we love you. Thank you so much, James. Photography, all the amazing pictures you've been taking of us. We love you so much. We want to say a big thank you to the technical team, every single person from the MCR graphics team, the cables, the sound, the lights, everybody. I can't mention all your names, I'm really sorry, but you know yourselves, and we love you so much. We are most appreciative of all your efforts, all your energy, all your investments. Now, my co-hosts are here with me. Miriam, Bevelyn, and Benedict are here. Miriam and Bevelyn, it was the three of us. How has it been? How has the experience been? Who will go first? Yes, we haven't heard from Bevelyn in a while, so Bevelyn, yes, how has the experience been?
First of all, I'd like to say, I'd like to give shout outs to the Digest viewers out there, and I'd like to say, Ebenezer, this is how far the Lord has brought us. I mean, the journey hasn't been soft. I mean, there are hard times, but then we are much grateful, and I would like to say thank you to management for giving me the opportunity to celebrate with the Koko Digest team today.
How was it?
I like the way she started with
right? The tension.
So, like I said earlier, the journey hasn't been easy at all. I mean, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Starting a show, especially live show, with simulations, it always feels like this was your first time.
How was it? The motivational coach days.
It was all good. I would say that it has made me confident as I am now compared to 1 year ago.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the lessons, the period of all this simulations, everything was good. Yeah, it wasn't easy at all.
Right. Now, before I come to Mimi, special shout outs to Joel Chinuri. What will Clock TV do without you? Please, we are saying big kudos to you.
Joel, thank you so much.
We can't have the show without you. Big kudos to you. Yes, giving us a wave. Give us a wave, yo, to chew
right now, literally.
Yeah. So Mimi,
yes,
the very first day.
So my journey has been a roller coaster. I mean, I won't lie. I'm very honest. It hasn't been easy. You know, so it got to a point I was known for something like mistakes. I will always make a mistake, like during our simulations, the tension here and there. So it got to a point I didn't want to even continue with the show again, because why me? Like, why? What have I done? But look at me today. Look at how I'm speaking. Look at I'm a role model, Yaira. I'm a role model to a lot of
people look up to you.
Exactly.
Wow,
exactly. Yeah. I'm an influencer. Yeah. So the journey has been a roller coaster for me.
Right. So Benedict, you were dragged from behind the scenes onto the scene. What has the experience been like?
It's been amazing, I must confess. I mean, I started off at the back of the scene, working with the technical team, and then watching. Hello. Yes, thank you. It's been an amazing year. I joined in from the technical team, watching you, my colleagues, on our screens, performing lively, doing what you know how to do best. And then, like I always say, kudos to our general manager. He saw me behind the screen. He saw the impact I could project. As a visionary leader as he is, he just had one interaction with me, and he said that this gentleman, I have to put you on the screen, and here I am today. So I thank him too for this opportunity, and then I thank you, my colleagues, because it wasn't easy. When I started off, you guys were laughing at me a lot because of how I used to.
I wasn't part, please.
Mimi Gatuso.
Hey.
Thank you. Everybody is included because I could see some of you. Some of my colleagues, they were shy of me a bit, so they couldn't say it to my face. So they'll be telling each other, Benedict, look at how irritated he is. What is going on with Benedict and all that? But then, these are the things that make us who we are now. Today, if I'm here, it's not just by my strength, the glory of God, and to my colleagues as well. So it has been an amazing journey so far, and I thank you lots for what you've also imparted into my life.
Right. Thank you so host of Walla to Walla, sir, what was your first experience like?
Well, it was cool for me. Why? Because I've been on a number of television, interviews and all.
Okay.
But being a host was another challenge, though. Because now the questions that you were being asked, that you were answering, now you have to be in the position of asking those questions, and at every point in time you have to be on top of your mind to be able to analyze the answers that has been given for you to be able to also, ask similar questions or following up questions. So yes, every job, every new job is a new experience, a new challenge. So keep it up. The tax. Yeah, we will hold it up, and I'm sure, yes, the experience alone would make us to, excel through it. So, being a host for me is an amazing thing, and I hope to carry it on.
Yeah,
very well.
we hope you continue and you even grow to become a bigger host than you are now.
Yes. The sky is the limit.
Yes, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
So, yes, Bevelyn.
Yeah, before you move to Bevelyn, you would also have to tell us about your experience, right? How was it like for you, especially as a theater student? I have to expose you. So, how was it like?
Well, theater is quite different from film and TV because theater is in front of an audience, but there are certain principles you can apply to the film and TV, and the tension remains the same. The tension of the fact that people are watching you, and you cannot, when you make a mistake, you can't just go back and redo it. You have to just keep trudging through. So the tension remained, even though I had a little experience on stage, very little, so don't think. But I mean, it's been a learning experience. It's been full of growth, and we've learned to calm our nerves, because we're even outside now. Passerbys are looking at us and everything, and we're still just pushing through. And we are still live on TV, so it's been a year. Miriam,
yeah.
Don't expose me again. I beg you. Don't wash my dirty linen.
Oh no! I just had a feeling that our viewers would also want to know how, because sometimes we present ourselves to be, all knowing. Like it's going on well with us. We are perfect, but they need to know, the behind the scenes. Yeah.
So I quite remember the early morning waking. What time do you wake up again?
I started with 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
I still wake up at 2 a.m. though.
Yeah. I stopped going with the bus because it was either my health or my life. Something was going to give up. So
waking up at 1 a.m. you come to work. You get here around 4:30. You have to prepare behind the scenes. Like you are being pressured. Hurry up! Yeah. The show starts at 10 minutes. Starts at 1 minute. I think all these experiences helped us to be consistent, and also we are all different, coming up from different backgrounds and all of that. So coming up together, I think is a task on its own, because it's quite interesting how everyone, the focus on the work, for the work to be done.
We are all conscious of
the
ourselves,
teamwork and everything. So I think all these experiences paved way for us to be here today. The milestone we are celebrating today is because of the hard work and the teamwork we put together.
Okay, so I think because time is fast spent, we'll have to speed up this conversation. But our challenges, what were the challenges? Memorizing your script, your questions and all of that. I want to hear briefly from all of us. Then we have our general manager and chaplain join us, and then we end in a celebratory mode.
Okay, so for me, my major challenge had to do with the fact that I was going to be on a newspaper review segment. I never liked current affairs. Like
You will join for 3 months straight.
I've never been a current affairs person, and so anytime I had to prepare for trending stories, topical issues, it was hell for me because the research, the background work.
But it's all part of the job. But I still had a fair. We have to inform our people.
So I'm just saying that I had to go through the process, and today I'm so glad of my development, my growth. Today you can ask me what is trending today, and then I'll just tell you what is happening in Parliament, and I'll just tell you. It has made me who I am today. That is one of my challenges. Another challenge was the fact that we had to get here at as early as 4 a.m. It was hell. It was. We still get here at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.
But you're used to it now. It's been a year.
Yeah. So it has also shaped me into being time conscious, being timely, being prompt, always coming up, showing up on time. I've never been late for interviews or whatever. I've never been late. I'm always on time. It is because of the training Koko Digest puts me through.
Wow.
And
that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm happy to share that here.
Yes. So now we're going to have our general manager join us as well as the chaplain of CLOGSAG so that we can celebrate the 1 year anniversary with the pioneers of the Koko Digest morning show, and then we can have some music from the band as well. Yes, the CLOGSAG band has been with us throughout the day, and we'd like to say kudos to them. Special shout outs to the leader of the CLOGSAG band, Mr. Ransford, and we would also like to say a big thank you to them. Thank you for such quality music, and if you want them to play at any of your events, just come to CLOGSAG, come and find out the necessary details.
Yeah, we promised to talk about Mr. Safas today, right? How harsh he was with us,
He's coming, so when he comes, I will give it to him.
No, he won't listen. We want you to listen.
On the holding especially. I won't forget.
Yeah.
You want to expose your general man.
Oh yes, he did a lot to us. His whipping, his.
Did he whip you?
Yes,
don't make
literally.
Verbal whippings.
I remember there was this time I went to Jibal and I was crying. Like I said, I won't do the morning show again. Why? This man hates me. What have I done? I'm a international school. Why?
Uncommon to say.
Because I'm always making mistakes, and this man doesn't understand why I should be making mistakes.
He's here now. It's okay. He's here now.
Because I didn't say anything.
So CLOGSAG band,
you have the best general manager in the world. He's amazing.
Yes, the CLOGSAG band. Please give us some music. Please give us some music so we can celebrate.
So you guys are using me as a subject for discussions, right?
Oh no, we're just buying time. Say.
Silver and gold are mine, and so I keep him at the keep. God is nothing laughing, girl, and I know you will appreciate. Ooh, yeah, I wish you happy birthday. Ooh, yeah, very, very, very
Digest. I'm good and never let go and the best. Oh, God bless me to see the one can push. I say you go and pick and never did I rest. Happy birthday, Coco Digest. Can't never take you out of them and all the rest. Oh, God bless me to see no one can test. We wish you all the time in a decent time, yeah. Ooh, yeah, I wish you happy birthday. Coco Digest. Ooh, yeah, very, very many happy returns. Ooh, yeah, I wish you happy birthday. Ooh, yeah, very, very many happy returns. Jah give I strength, and never let I fail. Giant is better far from my days. Give I strength, oh God. Jah give I strength, and never let I fail. Giant is better far from my days. Give I strength, oh gosh. He's been as in late years. I'm not afraid. They are looking for what they can take. Coming on size, appearing and shape. God give us a vision to differentiate. Oneness with our God. Hear me say. One Lord, hear my plea. One God, let's get together and feel alright. Yeah, the children quiet. One Lord, yeah, the children quiet. One heart. Alright, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Sing it. Let's get together and feel alright. Oh, let them pass. One Lord. There is one question I really love to ask. One Lord. Is there a place for us, hopeless sinners who has heard of mankind, just to sing this song? Believe me. One Lord. One Lord. Let's get together and feel alright. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Alright, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Indeed, let's get together and feel alright.
Get close to me.
Let's get together.
She is the most shy person you never
We
find
cannot
in Koko.
celebrate the 1 year journey of Koko Digest, our morning show, without celebrating our producer. She's gone through a lot of hell in my hand. Let's put our hands together to wait for her. But if what has been the journey like? What's the experience?
First of all, I would say without God, we are nothing. So my inspiration behind me being the main producer of Koko Digest, it has been God throughout. And then also the challenges. Yes, we go through a lot. It's not easy, especially with producers, especially with presenters, especially with crew members. We go through a lot. It's not easy waking up. It's not even easy to find a guest, not to talk about content. So that has been our biggest challenge, and then it's still our challenge. But we have nothing to do than to encourage ourselves and also tell ourselves that we can go beyond this. Now we are 1 year. And then I believe if you are a baby, 1 year you develop one tooth. So definitely, you should know that you are no longer a baby. You are growing. So we shouldn't see ourselves as a developing media house. We should see ourselves as a developed media house. Thank you very much.
Okay, so finally, what is new? We've done 1 year of morning shows. We've crossed boundaries. We've touched lives. What should we expect starting from tomorrow?
Tropical issues, and then also attractive content to get more viewership.
Let's put our hands together for Ifua. So at this juncture, let me hand over the microphone to resident chaplain, Pastor Bayo, to do the needful. It is said that the way up is the same way down. And a year today, we had the same Pastor Bayo cutting the ceremonial cake to mark the official broadcasting of Koko Digest Morning Show. If God has brought us this far, we cannot celebrate this day without the prayers and interventions and supplications of Pastor Bayo. Please have the mic.
Thank you so much. Once again, it's such an excitement and a joy to see this day. We want to thank God for the leadership. We want to thank God for the Cephas and all those who are, putting one thing or the other for this becoming a reality. The Bible says a feast is made for laughter. So we are here to celebrate. We are excited. We are, very thankful to how far God has brought us. And this is just to represent our excitement and our joy for this 1 year that have been impactful. We've been able to educate, inform, we've been able to entertain, and I believe that. And so I want to bless God. At the spelling of Koko Digest, we're cutting this cake. And so we're starting with the letter K, O, K, O, D, I, G, E, S, T. Koko Digest. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We're going to be praying for everybody. We want to pray, Father, we commit everyone who is a part of this progress in Clock TV. We're asking for multiplied grace, supernatural strength. We ask for supernatural wisdom for each and every one. And above all, we are asking for your protection and your help in the many years ahead, which we know is going to be a glorious, far glorious, mind-boggling years of impact. In the name of Jesus, we have prayed. Amen. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So this brings us to the end of the Koko Digest Morning Show special 1 year anniversary celebration. We'll see you tomorrow on Thursday bright and early. And of course, we'll be here again as always. But right now, we are coming to celebrate. If you're in the ministerial engagement, join us.
We shall be alright. Don't you cry, don't you cry, because just shall wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times when the storms and the tides are raging high, we know we shall win, and we know we survive. Just shall wash away all the tears. In this time of destruction, we must hold on firm. We got to get along. Being overhead is all of the mountain tops. Far away down, we all are marching on. We say, Jah shall wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times when the storms and the tides are raging high, we know we shall win, and we know we survive. Jah wash away all the tears. We know we must win the fight. Yeah, when the wicked try come and need to cause but I fresh. We know that Jah is the day. Over tribes and generations, because Jah shall wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times when the storms and the tides are raging high,